Okay, so maybe we can help this person just by telling him whether or not his team is actually useless, but I almost guarantee we're going to find something stupid pretty quickly here. Winston on King's Row, got the cool sunglasses skin. Looks like a stoner. Okay. Alright, this is already insane. This is already doing way too much. There's no reason for him to be in here. This is already dumb. Like, yeah, there's this guy here, but what you do on dive tanks in this map is you don't, like, Winston does not have any one-shot potential. There's no value you're going to get right here, right? What possibly good thing could happen from somebody coming in here? It's like, oh, I'm going to shock you as Winston. Oh, I'm shocking you. Like, they're going to get shocked for 20 damage, and they're going to leave. Or they're just going to rally together and push you, and then you have to leave with all your resources, and you lose all your health and armor, and you're going to make your fucking poor supports who are trying to position normally, they're gonna die. They're gonna freak out and they're gonna use all their cooldowns and die. This is bad. Don't do this. If you're playing a dive tank on like King's Row, and you don't want to hold the choke because you're a dive tank and you don't want to stand in front of the fucking Orissa's face, all you have to do, you play someplace like this, you play someplace like this, you essentially are staged to let them walk in, yeah? That's like a huge thing for lots of dive tanks on any type of map like this, is you kind of like allow them to have some space, and then you basically pounce on them. So let the Sarisa walk for a second, trust your Echo not to die. Your Echo might not even be playing this aggressively if you weren't playing here, and you're freaking everybody out, is the point. But, you let them walk in a little bit, and then once they've committed some space, you see the Genji take an action or something like that, you just go second and punish them. It's really easy. It's very simple. Doing this, dumb. Look at that. Look! Ah! And he says, oh, my Kiri should have saved me. Yeah, get out of here, man. No way. I mean, yeah, she TP Suzu's you here, let's say. Let's say this actually hits you. You're still probably dead. I don't know. It's taken these guys 100 years to notice you, but the Maywall's already down. This guy's looking at you or whatever. They're just going to run over here and kill you and the Kiri, and she can't get out. You maybe leap away, but she just used TP Suzu to save your dumbass thing. So no, this is dumb. Don't ever do this. Don't ever do this stuff. Let's watch one more fight and see if he plays responsibly ever. Because that's insane. You literally win so much more maps if you're not doing dumb shit like that. You could do that on like Doomfist maybe, but probably not even him. You just don't need to do that as a tank. Maybe as a DPS where you can actually like one-shot somebody like Genji or Junkrat or something like that. You can play some weird-ass position. But like think about what actual value can I get here? Nothing. 0. Okay, this is kind of fine. You're like kind of sort of staged. You're not going to recontest. Yeah, this is normal. You can just sit up here and zap some people, maybe keep the Pharah from shooting your team. That's fine. You don't have to leave. Yeah, see yeah, just don't drop. Like, you're performing a function. If you think about it, a lot of times you'll get into this trouble as a dive DPS on a hybrid map, right? Where, okay, payload's coming, but I'm not Reinhardt, right? I'm not going to stand here and hold this forever. And even if they get the payload closer, right, I'm not just going to play this corner. They win that. They win that. I get owned. I can't do anything. It's no good. So I have to get some sort of minimum value somewhere else as a dive tank. Might as well be staged. Might as well just control this, right? At the very least, I can just poke these guys with my lightning, get some attention from the Pharah, and just hang out in here, right? Just kind of do nothing, because you're doing the same thing down here. You're doing nothing, but at least up here, nobody's coming up here because you're in the way. And then you can maybe drop if a fight starts happening. But it's the same kind of thing, right? You bait them in, and then you take a fight in a reasonable location. That's your biggest problem. You are you're playing Winston like he's a dive tank. I don't know what you're doing. You're playing him half like he's a DPS, but then half like he's like a Reinhardt or something like that. Like, look at this. You're just standing in front of them. This is more like it, but it's a little too late, right? Because we weren't up here. See how we weren't up here? Now the Genji comes up and he murders your guy. He cuts him to pieces. It's because you weren't here. If you were here, right, getting minimum value, your minimum value would have been preventing that Genji from coming in and killing your Echo. You're enabling people, and then later you can do something. But that's kind of been ruined. Why is that? It's because of you. This is your fault. Your team is fine. All right, next VOD. Okay, hopefully that helps that dude. Wait, let me open the chat here so I can see what you guys say. Send a video of your Tracer gameplay. Yes, perfect. On your way to get a funny VOD. Yeah, just throw it in the thing. No, I already see one. Played this in GOG, made a multiple... It's Masters 3 May. Played this in GOG. I'm assuming that means like your friend stack in the Discord. Multitude of mistakes, but wasn't sure what I could do differently other than execute walls better. GOG mates weren't too sure either. So I'm tossing it in here. Coach Stephano, roast my Mei till I turn into Wu Yang. Okay, yeah, let's do it. So let's see what you're doing wrong as Mei. Mei, very strong tactical character, very map dependent, very comp dependent, but kind of just owns. You can play her and everything. If you ever seen, let me open a chat thing so I can see if you say anything, because I don't know if you're in here. Are you in here? Where are you? God damn, look at all these channels. Yeah, you're in here. You can talk if you want to. You can, if you have a mic. I don't know. Okay, so if you ever heard of the guy Numbers, I don't know if you're a Mei player or a Mei enthusiast. He's typing. I think I just realized this might be a different ESP. Oh, a different Esperanza. But either way, it's not a map I'm super confident on. And yes, I've also heard of... Okay, okay. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so you've seen the potential of Mei to basically just own the shit out of people. No matter what the situation is, you just own the shit out of people. But doing shit like that is actually like kind of required, because Mei kind of sucks unless you're doing some nasty stuff. You gotta do nasty stuff. Okay, this makes sense. Whoa, ho, 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 dude, did you see that shit? Look at this, look at this, look at this. Look, 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 look. Whoa. Whew! Nice dodge. Okay. Oh! Oh, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. I like that you're going for the right clicks all the time. That's good. You're literally just like constantly shooting at head level. You get rewarded well from mechanics. Yeah, I like that. Now it's time to go. Okay, you're going for the trade. You probably could have just made it out. Like, their attention wasn't on you. You could just leave. Preserving your life is very, very powerful on all the DPS characters. Some people have different philosophy where they just die, but like, if you preserve your life, you might make something weird happen that could sometimes swing the game. Like, if you just walked out earlier, yeah, this guy would attack you, but you still have block. You could probably live this. You probably get out with this guy. You might bait this guy into using resources or getting into a worse position. Some magic could happen, but this isn't a terribly big mistake. You're an idiot. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Block, 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 block! No! Stall forever. Yeah. So, what did you do wrong? You were just a little bit too shy. You get this kill, and then this fantastic shot, right? And instead of immediately looking to translate that advantage somewhere else with some sort of advantage, noticing your team's getting pushed, right? Noticing your team is under duress and is starting to lose some people. Instead, you swung this angle out here wide like this. So it's and you're like going for weird pickoffs where he gets cover from a million miles away. It's just too long range of a character, honestly, or too long range of an angle for a Mei. And then you didn't respond quickly enough to like the threat that was happening on the map. You weren't paying enough attention to what was going on elsewhere to get into there quicker. I would have preferred to see that. Like a better player would have been more quickly on those other guys, probably killed Diana, and then maybe you still die, but at least you have impact in that way. Because you were only like maybe 2 seconds of movement speed off of like getting Diana, and you definitely spent like 4 seconds like maneuvering around to the left and shooting your thing and warning people where you were. And then just for the nature of the position, we didn't get any wall value, but we might get wall value later. Okay, nice try. Oh! Now you need to go. Like, you see that moment? This is the same thing. Look, I can tell just by how you play the game. I watch a lot of VODs. Look at this. So, we're chilling, right? I'm seeing a lot of my team engage. You see them over here on the right, like they're kind of getting ready to engage. And then you do this, right? You just own their fucking Ana, easily own their Ana. But watch the same thing. This is the same thing from the first fight was your problem. So remember how in the first fight, you got a pick, you gave your team an advantage, but then you kind of hesitate for a while, and in that fight, you hesitate a long time. But watch here. Watch your body language. See how you're hovering here and shooting at these people and kind of hovering for a while? You really should be going here. Like, you should recognize my team's got overwhelming advantage. I'm going to go cut off the Zarya and immediately applying damage to them. So you're still even really cautious against the Zarya. Like, you have the wall. Imagine that. Look at your position. So look at this. Okay, killing him. Cool. Okay, see how you're all that hesitating? If you had just been walking forward, you land the nastiest wall on this guy. Easily. You easily land the nastiest wall on this guy. It's coming off a cooldown, right? You see how you're hesitating? Because you're not recognizing fast enough when you have the advantage and how to push the advantage. And Mei's really, really good at that, right? If you get a pick on Mei and you're up on Mei, it feels like impossible for them to win, especially when you have your cooldowns. Like you have the block and stuff like that. It's so difficult for them to turn the fight into a win without ults. She's a really good neutral character because her neutral utility is so high. It's basically like Mei Wall is also... Mei Wall is like the utility that you'd find in an ultimate ability just on a regular ability. So her neutral is really good. So here, big advantage, right? If I'm you, well, I'm not you. I'd be worse than you at Mei. But if I'm a good Mei player, right, I'm already up here and I've walled this guy here and he's super turbo doubled mega dead off of just that extra initiative. But instead you're late, you missed the wall. This fight could go anywhere now. Now your Cass is dead. See, they'd be running and shitting their pants. They would be running and shitting their actual pants if you had just been a little bit more aggressive. Okay, got Mei ult. Pretty terrible ult, honestly. Let's go look at that wall. Okay, don't do that. You kind of had a little bit of an inkling of this about half the walls I've seen, which, I mean, it's only been like 3 or 4, but almost half of them have been kind of these random walls where it's like I see some random shit and I'm just kind of throwing it out. Was trying to vert wall and prevent him from pushing easier. I don't care what I was thinking there. Yeah, just so even if you got what you wanted, right? Let's say you got a nice kind of weird wall that's the task that you're accomplishing with that wall is kind of niche. You need to be asking yourself as Mei, like, what's the actual big value I can get from wall against their team? Because normally there's like really nice value you can get. And so although this could have been like a niche, like something interesting, maybe you had some interesting idea that happened here, I doubt it's going to result in something super awesome. It would just be a little better than this. But I know if you wall this guy, he's fucking toast. Right? So I'm more holding my wall, not too desperate to use it under any circumstance. I'm more holding it for what I perceive the value to be against their comp. And a lot of times that's going to be trapping aggressive tank players like this guy who just keep like walking up, you know, who don't have that much mobility. Like that should make you I was going to say rock hard, but maybe like ice hard. Whenever you see these like low mobility tanks, right? That's a good resource of value. Pay attention to those types of characters more. Don't let them slip away from you. Very angle pilled, often can't see main tank wall. Yeah. So it's good to be angle pilled in certain games, right? If you're against like a lot of characters like Winston, Diva, Doomfist, right? Those characters, you need to be proactive. You need to be on angles, and you need to find creative ways to use your wall. It seems like you're good at that part, but I know that you can wall tanks, and so you need to just pay attention. Like, do they have dumbasses like this, or who else? Not even Mauga, right? Because Mauga can like run off and like he can kind of try to outplay it. Certain characters like this, very, very vulnerable. They should be instantly triggering in your brain, like super, super vulnerable to your wall. So what do you need to do from the brief gameplay that I watched? You need to react more when you're having an advantage. You're having trouble recognizing when you have overwhelming advantage, and you could just be a lot more, you can like take on a bit more risk because you're a lot safer. So a play that could have been risky when there was more players alive becomes less risky with fewer people alive. I know that sounds obvious, and you're not bad at it by any means. This is master's level, right? But you're not as fast as a GM player. That could be holding you back. And then remember to think about every game. What is my wall value in this game most likely going to be on? That doesn't mean I can't ever do weird shit with these guys, but I'm going to be more cautious about using that because I know, especially when there's a character like this is like S tier wall value on this character. So if I get one of those characters in my game, it's not always going to happen, but if I do, I'm going to be looking a lot more, keeping track of them, right? I don't have to always be up their ass, but I'm keeping track of wherever he walks. I'm always noticing where he walks. You don't have any idea where the Zarya is. Let me show you. When is the last time you paid attention to the Zarya at all? Okay, don't see him. Watch, we were at 806. 806. I can kind of hear the Zarya somewhere, but I have no idea where he is, really. I mean, I know he's over there, roughly, but I don't know where he is. It's been 10 seconds, I haven't seen the Zarya. Now we're doing this guy. Okay, don't do that. Don't throw blizzards at things you can't see. That's another rule. So we got a bonus rule for you. But see, my point I was trying to show you is it was 20 seconds. You didn't see the enemy Zarya at all. That should be the guy that you're paying attention to the most. It doesn't mean you're always on him. You're paying attention to him. You know where he is, right? I need you to know where that you're the guy you're strongest against. You need to know where that guy is. And the guy that you're weakest against, obviously, we should also probably know where he is. This is a good rule of thumb. And then, yeah, rule for Mei ult, you're banned. You are banned from ever throwing a Mei ult like this again. If you do this again, like, this is literally gold. This is terrible. You can't throw Mei ults at things that you can't see. You can't. I don't care how confident you are what might happen, you can't do it. Okay, next VOD. Thank you for the VOD. What is this? Open offer to coach the coach? What? D1 Sojourn. I was mid-masters for one season playing May. I missed a days of skilled resets. Hold on. I got people ahead. Hold on. We got Stephano, my team bad. Lol, help. Okay. It's so... Alright. I think you're the... No, there's other ones in here too. I'll try to get to the newest ones first. Yeah, look at all of you. Jesus. Okay, let's go back. Sorry, anybody I just baited into thinking that I was going to look at yours first. We're going to look at, I think, this person's spades. Tracer player. And then I'll just work down the list that way. Tracer player. Played this a couple of days ago. Felt close, but I couldn't win. Also, my mechanics just look like dookie ass. Roast my shit. Okay, chat. I'm not going to tell you what rank this person is. You could spoil it for yourself if you want to go check the VOD review channel and you can see. But I'm not going to tell you. You guys have a chance to guess what rank this person is. Just from the gameplay. Let's see if you guys can do that. What the fuck person are you? Are you Pride? I don't think you put what person you are. Okay. Pride.
Yeah, he's Pride.
Okay. So Tracer. What are common mistakes I see from low-rank Tracers? They're terrible drivers. They don't know how to control their character. Some of the I've worked with a lot of Tracer players. Typically, it takes me literally like 3 sessions to work with a Tracer player that's like silver before I can get them to like masters or so, because it's a long journey. It takes a ton of work, but it weirdly has really high results. Like I can work with a diamond tank player 3 times, and he keeps bouncing in and out of masters, but he's not really going that far, right? Because there's so much. Despite what I'm trying to point out is that Tracer is this extremely difficult character, right? Yet for some reason, coaching this character has had lots of success. But why is that? We have to break down the very base mechanics of the character. Now, the most important thing on character, you need to understand what blinks are for. Okay? Blinks, these are for mostly not for rotations. They're not for moving around the map fast. These are your dodges. I want you to... You ever played a Souls game before, Spades? You ever played a Dark Souls game or like FromSoft game?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So in those games, you know how when the boss tries to hit you, he pulls up his fucking sword and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna hit you with this big old attack." What you do? You press dodge roll, right? And you iframe. That's what Tracer does. You have 3 dodge rolls. They recharge over time. That is what they are used for, my friend. Do not use them for other things, especially now. Like when you're earlier on into your Tracer journey, especially now, you're not going to be doing that shit. You need to get used to using these to dodge and not to move around. And that will, over time, build your ability to not get disoriented. So, how do we know when it's time to dodge? We're watching enemy models as Tracer. It's just kind of like playing Genji. There are 2 characters very similar in that regard, where you're literally paying attention to like their head or their gun or whatever it is. You're going to watch for when they point that shit at your face, and you're not going to wait for them to shoot you and try like crouching around and fucking... If you guys had if I had my cam on, you'd see me literally crouching around IRL. You're not crouching around strafing trying to dodge it until you take damage and then blink. No. You see them point their gun at you, and then as they point their gun at you, you blink to a new spot, so they're no longer pointing their gun at you, and you keep shooting them. You get to do that 3 times, normally, in a fight, sometimes 4, and then the fight is over, and if you have not killed them, you must leave, and if you have killed them, good job, they're dead. That's Tracer. Now, who do you want to kill on Tracer? Whoever you fucking want. It's up to you. I don't care. It really doesn't matter. You could literally be up this Reinhardt's ass. It's already concerning me immediately that you don't start shooting this guy, right? I have no idea what's around this corner. I'm walking through a doorway on Tracer. That's kind of spooky, right? It's fine. You don't hear anyone. But this guy's free damage, right? He's sitting right here. There is value on shooting this guy. There's value on shooting this Reinhardt. Why? Because if I shoot this Reinhardt, he loses space. Their team loses space. I farm Pulse Bomb, right? I'm doing damage. That's good. That's good for me. If he gives me free damage, I'm on the angle. I'm going to take that free damage. You're going to overinvest here in the back line. It's a common Tracer problem. You don't need to do this. You need to take easy damage. Okay. Is this guy pointing his face at you? This Shion, this Reaper, right? Do you see them pointing their face at you? That means you need to use your dodge action right now. Do not wait to get shot by this guy. You need to be fast if you want to play Tracer. She's a very fast character. Pay attention to their models. It won't be that hard. It'll take some time getting used to, but you must dodge. Watch. He's looking at you. Please do not get shot. Okay, he misses entirely. Okay. Ah!
First game of the day. That's my excuse.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Avoiding the damage. Guy's looking at you. Run away. You're getting disoriented. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. You died with 2 blinks. This guy was currently looking at you, right? You're not fast enough. That's the problem right here. Look. Enemy Rein. Enemy Wu Yang. Both of them looking at you, right? You already have plenty of reason to blink the hell out of here and keep going. Do something, right? Look. That guy's looking at me. He's doing something weird. He's doing something weird. This is, if you've played the Souls games, you know what I'm talking about. This guy's doing his big, long animation attack. Easiest thing to dodge in the world. You know, that's actually pretty fast now. I take it back. That's not that easy to dodge. You see how fast that shit is? That's crazy, dude. That's crazy, Ryan Buff.
That 5-strike buff, bro.
Dude. Actually, you know what? Yeah, hopeless. Hopeless. You were destined to die there. No, you need to dodge when people point at you. You're not doing it, and it's going to get you in lots of trouble. Right there, a lot of people missed you, and you lived a lot longer than you should have. Now, your control over the hero is kind of ass. Look at this. Look. Okay, so first off, you're using blinks to get out of spawn. That's fine, but just start pooling them up as you get closer. You don't want to be using them too much. But okay, we got to blink at least. Now, who is looking at you right now? Boom. Reaper, right in front of you, looking at you, pointing his guns. What is he going to do? He's going to shoot you. You must dodge. You have to dodge. Dodge him. He shoots at you and misses, and you still have not dodged, and he's still pointing his gun at you. This is not allowed. He's going to hit you. It's a miracle he hadn't hit you until then. He finally hits you. Now you dodge. What the fuck is the point of dodging after? Hopefully that makes it clear. That's what you're looking for as Tracer, okay? The very basics of Tracer. By the way, put your guesses in the chat now for what rank Tracer this is. But that is what you are looking for as Tracer. You're looking for the model. Pointing his gun at you, right? He's a little far, so you're fine. But now he's pointing his gun at you again. You're still not dodging. You have to dodge. You can go through him. So you can blink through this guy right here, and you can start shooting him. And then if he turns, right, you just blink again. And if he turns, you blink again, right? You just shit on this guy, and he wraiths away, or he dies. And he probably doesn't wraith away. Yep. So we're seeing gold, silver. Yep, it's silver. You're right. You are right. Yeah, so he just shoots the shit out of you. You didn't use any of the blinks. Now you use a blink to get the health kit when you could just walk. You use another blink to move slightly forward when you can just walk. This is bad habit. Do not do this. Do not do this. He's looking at you. Nice. You at least blink this time. Look how lost that guy is. Look at this guy, dude. Look. Target. Ah, got him. Where'd he go? Oh, God, where is he? Oh, there he is. Like, what is that, man? That's the leeway you have. That's how powerful your dodge moves are against these types of players, okay? So you need to get good at dodging. You need to get good at being able to recognize the enemy model and using that to dodge. Practice that for a while. It's going to get you better at maneuvering as Tracer because you're going to be expecting it more. It's not going to be catching you off guard. And the cool thing is, the way you're doing it is making it so hard because when you take damage and then you dodge and you try to continue the duel, you're already so lost. Good Tracers don't take that damage, right? They don't. They dodge first. That means when you have all your health, you feel very powerful. You feel very confident. You're not pressured as much because you've dodged the damage. He is more pressured as he takes damage, right? But you taking that damage, that puts pressure on you. It's going to make your blinks sloppier. It's going to make them less coordinated and less effective, right? That's what you need to do on Tracer.
I think I try to greed the timing to where I basically try to blink at the very last second. And it's kind of worthless.
Yeah. So since you're here, my recommendation for you, you need to practice the shit out of literally watching their model and blinking before they shoot at you, right? Get good at that. It's a little overdone, right? You can greed it a little bit like you're saying. But for now, you are banned from greeting it because you are irresponsible with the greeting. You're greeting it way too much. You're literally double the duration of time spent before blinking that you need to be. So you need to cut it way, way back. I want you to over blink like hell while you're getting used to this, and then later on you will adjust more and you'll figure out what you can greed and kind of what the damage intake is. But right now you're taking way too much damage. Like you're getting completely shit on. So you can't do any damage, right? The other thing I'd say is that when there's free damage, just take it. Like you saw how that Reinhardt was to the right. Just shoot that fucking Reinhardt. He's standing straight to your right. There's no need to he's the tank. I'm not going to shoot the tank. I'm going to run around to the back line. No, just you shoot any free damage as Tracer because it's free damage. She's really good at shooting people who aren't looking at her. If that guy's not looking at you, you shoot him.
Gotcha.
Okay. So that was Spades. Next up is GA Nuts D2 Sombra. Legion 23 / streamer mode name. Okay, game definitely felt winnable, but I made some dumb mistakes. Part of the trouble was knowing where exactly I was meant to be and what I was meant to be doing. Okay, that's a lot of things. That's like everything. That's the entire game. Where should I be and what should I be? Yeah, because Overwatch is, right, when you boil down Overwatch, what is it? It's you need to be in the right position at the right time, right? With doing the right, like, with the right amount of mechanics, I guess. That's it.
Yeah.
You got to be in the right position at the right time with the right mechanics. That's like when you really boil down Overwatch to its simple fundamentals. That's the whole game for literally every hero in the game. Okay. Part of the trouble was knowing exactly where I was meant. Okay, you already said that. Someone told me that I struggle with doing nothing sometimes too. How exactly do I know when I should just be chilling? Would you appreciate any tips for EMP? I struggle to use it. Yeah, we can try to look at that. Okay, yeah, so you talk about doing nothing on Sombra. That's the biggest mistake on the hero. Sombra, kind of ass. Or at least people think she's kind of ass. Why? Because most people are terrible at this character. They're just bad. They're just low uptime. So you, at the end of the day, you're a DPS character. People play this character like it's not a DPS character. Now, you are a flex DPS, I would say. I mean, you're kind of, yeah, you're basically a flex DPS. You're looking to murder people. You're looking to run around and kill folks. But you still need to keep, like, the main thing that I see the issue with Sombra is they just don't do any damage, man. So they don't farm enough EMPs. They don't put enough pressure on the enemy team. So your team gets out-pressured in basically every fight, in basically every neutral, and it's just a disaster. So first thing is hack ability. We're going to try to only use hack abilities on people who it's actually important to use it on. Otherwise, we're just going to shoot people and use our virus from good positions. We're not going to be insanely aggressive with our position just because we can be. Okay, sure. Oh my god. Nice. Okay, we're living. Okay, so when you, like, immediately, the fact that you're even, like, hanging out here is weird to me. Because what did you just see? I'm a short-range character as Sombra, right? I'd say pretty short-range. You can kind of, you can eke out a little bit of mid-range from her, but she's mostly short-range. Look at this angle. Look how fucking far everybody is here. They're all really far from you. You've seen that already for a while now. You got here, you came back, you saw it a little bit. You could have just gone anywhere you want, and you kind of have, as Sombra, the ability to go at any point, kind of anywhere. It's kind of OP. But you're continuing to hang here. This is bothering me, because I'm worried you're going to... Yeah, you're chilling here. Okay, all Doomfists are bad. Let it be known. All Doomfists are bad players. Okay, you know what? You're smarter than me. You know the Doomfist in your rank, and you know what they're capable of. So pretty good. That guy looked like a free hack, so it's fine. We don't really need to. And again, like right here, you're already, I'm seeing a little bit of over-hacking, right? When we have this overwhelming advantage, kind of like that Mei player earlier. See this guy? He's kind of fucked, right? We're seeing his whole team just ran away. His tank is dead. My team is pushing forward. I'm feeling pretty confident right now. I don't see what the point is of hacking this guy and doing the whole shebang when I could just... I'm almost certain I can just virus this dude completely by surprise and immediately start headshotting him, and he's fucking toast. He's really toast, like really fast. Don't waste the time hacking. But okay, whatever, we did it. Sure, he's dead. And now we keep going, and look here. So you've still got ammo. You got melee, you got virus. You do this whole hacking animation.
Except for that, you like have the room. So I tried to like hack it to stop it.
Yeah. Bullets are good at stopping people. Hack is good at stopping people, but people don't move very fast when they're dead in Overwatch, normally. So, thinking about high-value hacks on the enemy team. Who is, like, the best person to hack on their team? Obviously, Doomfist, and then probably, obviously, Mercy. I don't give a shit about hacking Soldier. I don't care about hacking Wuyang. I don't care about hacking Shion. Maybe I'll hack Shion if I see her, like, you know, if I just happen to be in the right spot where she's, like, biking towards my team or something like that, and I can surprise her with a hack and turn it off. That kind of owns her a little bit. But I'm not forcing hack value on anything else, right? I'm looking for key things. I'm looking for Mercy kind of flying in front of me, and I know I can get the hack off. Or I'm looking for Doomfist that's like in my team. Otherwise, I'm just killing people with my damage. Yeah. So look at this interaction. This is something really important. So this is not one of the guys we need to be hacking, right? So we're always identifying who's the most vulnerable. Not this guy. Okay? Not this guy. But even then, okay, we hack him. What does that do? This whole time you could have been opening up on this guy and owning him with your close range gun of headshots and murder. Instead, you're hacking him. Now he's looking at you. He's ready to defend himself. He's fighting back before you've even done damage to him. Before you've even done damage to him, you've gone from... I want you to understand that in Overwatch... have you ever watched Coach Awkward before?
No.
Okay, never mind. I want you to understand that in Overwatch, when you surprise people, you get what's I would call like a free trade. It's the basis of playing Tracer. So if you saw that Tracer earlier when they have the Reinhardt that's not looking at them, right? They get to do literally an entire clip of damage into that guy before he reacts. Because he's completely surprised. He is not paying attention. Okay, so he gets owned. You get all that damage off before he could ever damage you. Okay, same thing goes for Sombra, but same thing really goes for so many DPS characters. When you surprise somebody as Shion by biking into them and shooting them a bunch when they're not even paying attention, you get all that free damage before they can fight back. By hacking somebody first like this is a huge mistake, because what are you doing? I'm turning off all of the surprise in exchange for basically nothing. Basically nothing, right? This doesn't really do anything, except now he's going to shoot you before you really even shoot him. And you're the one surprising him. Isn't that crazy? But that's what you're doing. Yeah. So that's what you need to understand. When you have people by surprise, you don't need to do this. You just need to do damage to them and take the advantage. Getting that extra 100 damage on the... Like, if you virus that guy immediately and you're shooting him immediately, and that guy realizes, oh shit, I'm at half health, I'm being killed by Sombra, and trying to find you to maybe... He's already so pressured and so losing, it's worth 1 million more value than hacking this dude. So you miss the cooldown, because it makes it harder to hit. And the hack actually inhibits you. I don't know what you're doing. Why did you go back in here? This is crazy.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, you're getting lost. You're getting lost. I don't know. You had one thing go wrong, and now we're just like, now we're back to gold. Something wrong has happened. We're just doing, like, that's some literal bronze shit right there, actually. Like, yeah. I'm in the entire enemy team. They're all looking around for me, and I decided to just go for the guy right in front of me. I don't know. Resist the urge to kill yourself. It's not... life is worth living. Okay, random virus.
Can I ask what you're going to say about Coach Awkward?
Oh, I was going to do a joke about him always saying, like, look at me now. I'm surprised the enemy because they're not looking at me. I'm doing damage. Like, he says shit like that, right? Like, he's always talking about surprising the enemy.
Recommendations for the first time today, and I wasn't sure if I should click on a video because I think they were, like, really low views, if I remember right.
Mm. Yeah, so I was just going to make fun of him.
I just had no idea who they were.
Okay, this is looking a little bit better. That guy's looking at us. We can leave. That's fine. Now, I want to point out, did we need to hack this guy? Yeah, I guess he's vulnerable to hack, but you just saw, and this is a common Mercy problem you're going to see all the time. Do you see how he just used the super jump there for absolutely no reason? His GA is on cooldown for 2 seconds here because Mercy players just do this. You should know this as a Sombra player. They literally just fucking GA spam all the time. I literally have a coaching video on Mercy that got uploaded, I think, today, like this morning, where I'm literally telling a Mercy not to do that shit. Because if you were a smart Sombra and saw that he just wasted a super jump, you know he can't GA anywhere for 2 seconds, which means guaranteed virus, guaranteed 100 damage from your gun before he reacts to you. He's dead. He's actually dead unless he presses his ult, and he might still die. Now you're hacking him. What does that do? This guy turns around and he's now looking at you. This guy is now reacting and trying his best to dodge and avoid your damage. Instead, you hit the wrong target, you're getting pressured out, and you have to leave. Same problem, right? Same problem. Let's watch a little bit more. Oh god, what? But then see, look, this is okay. See how something went wrong and now you're just fucking inting? Like now you're just doing crazy shit? Like what is that? Like the guy's looking at you already. And you're just throwing like a virus at him, like yeah. This is better, but still you still hack him for no reason. That's a huge bad habit of yours. You're still trying to hack the guy instead of just shooting him.
Well, I wasn't sure if I was able to kill it through res and like Malik.
Nice. Nice, that was pretty good. Look at that. Okay, let's watch one more fight. Now, what I predict, you're going to go deep in the backline. You're going to find somebody who looks semi-isolated. You're going to hack them and try to do damage to them. It's not going to work out. They're going to force you out. You're going to go back in and die. Let's see. Maybe I'm being too cynical. Okay, we're going deep into the enemy backline. That was a little better. Okay, you hack a guy. Doing damage to him. And there you go again. Yeah, now you're dead. Oh, you live! Good. Again! And then Something goes wrong. What's the next thing you do? You need to understand this. It's literally every time. You do something wrong, the very next play you make is always an int. That's huge. Stop doing that. Like, literally learn that into your brain that when I've done something wrong, alarm should start going off on your PC. I just did something wrong. I'm about to int my brains out. Stop whatever you're doing and do something else. Okay, so reviewing the Sombra gameplay. What did we learn? This player is hacking everybody when they start engaging, which is constantly ruining their ability to kill people by surprise by ending all of the surprise. You're taking only fair fights on the character that's all about dirty fighting. What else did we learn? You have a habit of, as soon as you've made a mistake, the next thing you do is kill yourself. You're dying like crazy on Sombra, right? You're dying like crazy on this hero. This character is very hard to kill. All right.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, sorry, I'm roasting you guys. I apologize. I'm being a bit harsh. Okay, so next one, QP Sim. QP. Okay. Not sure if I've been spending too much time poking from range, dealing with the 76, or if I should have spent more time closer to main trying to force beam, bully me, Stephano. Okay. Symmetra player. Bizarre.
I wouldn't say Symmetra player. Would more so say I'm trying to learn Symmetra.
This must be you?
Yeah, that's me.
All right. All right, we're on the loose. Okay, so this character is Sojourn, by the way. If you guys missed my rant on it earlier, this character is basically Sojourn. I will not be convinced otherwise. You're playing Sojourn here. So, what's your main gameplay loop for Symmetra? Extremely similar to the gameplay loop for Sojourn. Sojourn wants to go to the enemy tank. They're using cover to farm rail, right? They're going to farm rail by doing damage to the enemy tank. Once they get rail, and they've poked out the enemy tank, they like to go to an angle. So, like, pretend I'm Soj, and there's our Maywall's not here. I'm farming rail. Okay, I'm getting rail. Ignore this weird guy that's standing in here. I'm going to go to an angle, right? I'm going to look for a squishy to murder. And then I'm going to shoot that guy a bunch, maybe even disruptor shot, but I'm going to shoot that guy. I'm going to blast him with my rail and see if I kill him. And then once that's done or I get pressured, I slide back to my team and I repeat the process. That is Sojourn in a nutshell. Now, how would that apply here? I'm Sojourning the Rhine, I'm Sojourning the May or whatever. I'm just spamming damage into them, whatever I can get, getting my charge. I got my charge. I find the soldier in here. I run at him with disruptor shot and rail and he's literally instantly dead. And then I slide away if I need to. Okay? Same thing is what you do on Symmetra, right? You're going to farm farm your beam on the people who are closest and easiest to access, right? We're farming our beam on them. And as we get our beam leveled up and leveled up and leveled up, and it's the max level, you're typically going to TP to an angle somewhere and then try to use that position that you've TP'd to very quickly murder somebody. And if it doesn't work, you just leave back out of your TP. You just go back. You just leave. That's it. Okay? So you're playing Sojourn on this character. That's what you want to do. That soldier over there is so funny, dude. Look at him. Can you farm beam on a Maywall? I don't even know. I literally, I think she might be my least played character.
So.
Oh, okay. So right here. The first thing I'm thinking of is that this guy's kind of an annoying problem for me because otherwise I could just sit here and literally beam this guy's shield for 100 years. Right? And then I get my full ass beam. And when I have my full ass beam, I do what? I'll probably TP over here. So I don't know. Just, it doesn't matter. You just TP over here somewhere. It's really low risk, honestly. Because you show up, you can normally charge your right click into it as you show up. So the ideal thing is like you show up on the thing, you right click this dude and you beam him to death and see if he dies, or this guy, see if he dies. And if he doesn't die pretty quickly and they start pressuring you, you've created angle, you've created distraction, you've created diversion, and then you just go back. There's no way to kill your TP in time, right? It has a ton of health now. So you just go back. And then you can, if you go back here, the cool thing is this guy's turned around and you can burn him a little bit more. Now, right now you have to deal with this dude, but that's the general gameplay idea. This dude's giving you a lot of stress. Look at him, dude. He's really stubborn about giving that up. No, where are we going? Okay. So you want to get instant access to the off angle, but you could literally just walk. You don't really need to use TP, but okay, at least you're using it. You don't really need to because you can just walk. And you don't have any good beam yet. This guy's kind of offering you good beam right now. Now there's this saboteur. We have a saboteur in the ranks here that's trying to own you. But if that does happen, you could probably then TP like in an emergency, right? We talked about TP for an escape earlier today. TP over here in an emergency to escape your demise. But generally speaking, like this guy's in your range. If I can farm my rail, or not my rail, my beam kind of safely in range, get that charge, I'm just getting that free charge. I'm pressuring him a little bit, but I'm getting that free charge. I'm using cover all the time with Sim to get that free charge, and then I'm going to go make a play with that free charge that I get. That's what you need to understand. Okay, so whatever. We come over here.
Sure, it just looked, at least to me, that angle was just kind of like essentially like a lane of death. Like I was looking at, like if I poke my head out there, I am probably going to immediately die, which is why I used the TP in the first place, because I just don't want to. I don't even want to think about crossing there because I just saw it as instant death.
Yeah, no need to cross, dude. You got to just chill out and play good cover, right? You're right. If you swing out like this and you come way the hell out and you're looking really hard for value, they'll all shoot you and you take a bunch of damage. But the beauty of cover is you don't have to do that. You can play like this, where nobody can shoot you except for maybe one guy. You're not going to die to just one guy looking at you for a second. Mizuki doesn't have some cool magic one-shot that he's charged up that's going to get you, right? Most of the time, nobody in the game can do that to you. And what you're looking for is you can kind of swing it. So if it looks a little bit safe, I maybe swing it a little bit like this. I'm really cautious, and it's really important on Send that you're cautious with the corner, right? You don't go too far. You kind of just inch like this, and you're just taking that free value. And if you take some damage, it's okay. I can just rotate back all the way around this wall if I want like this, and I'm safe. That's what you're thinking of. Let's keep going. So the only thing I'm concerned about here is like we just don't have any beam. So we're just kind of like shooting our doots at people. We're shooting our doots pretty hard at guys, but who is better at shooting doots? Symmetra or Soldier, right? At like a mid-range, just shooting like projectiles, right? He's probably, you know, it's a little easier for him, I'd say. Same thing with like if they have like a Cassidy or something like that. Like that guy shoots you with his regular gun. You shooting these like slow projectiles are kind of hard to hit. Okay, but we're always looking, right? We want some sort of way to get, we're always thinking about that, I want to get that beam touching somebody. I want to connect them with my beam, right? So maybe right here, I can kind of get some beam. I can get some beam maybe and use this cover. Maybe I could use this to get some beam, get some cover. Maybe even this crazy TP could work because really you're above them. They're not seeing you. And from up here, I can just stand here and get my beam pretty safely. And I'm just charging my beam on these guys. That works too. So I kind of like this. But here, okay, he gets owned. Nice. From here, I would have immediately been thinking about get that beam value, right? Turn that beam on somebody. You're shooting all these right clicks. You got to get that beam working. That was a pretty good play from you, just like in terms of like creativity. That was wise, but you're failing at the main Symmetra gameplay loop. You're not like, when have we seen you use our left click at all? It's like the most thing, like you got to burn people to death with your gun. You are playing basically worse Cassidy, but you're at least a Cassidy that can teleport, and that's pretty valuable. Look at you, dude. I've never seen anybody do this. Okay, so you look at an angle like this. You look at a situation like this. Okay, how can I beam some guy? Who can I beam some guy? Is there any guy I can beam, farm some beam off of? Maybe if we like, we see the Reinhardt on this side.
Probably go to the, like, maybe to the, like, high ground on like far left side, maybe, and then like try poking at the Rhine from behind. That's what I'm thinking, like, maybe.
Yeah,
but it might be a bit risky.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be too afraid on Sim of just kind of playing from the front a lot of the time. Like, you're okay. Front and maybe a side angle. So something like this is really good. I'm beaming this guy, right? And he has shatter. We can see that. But we're not thinking about that in the game. But, you know, now he at least has to decide who he's going to shatter if he's going to do something. You probably just beam him. You probably just get some free beam off of him. And then once you got a bunch of beam, I can just go up to the Soldier with my beam, and I'm definitely winning this. Like, I'm feeling really confident against this Soldier with my beam. With my teleport and all that stuff. Or any of these guys. All right, let's watch like one more fight. This is probably going to be, I don't know, you could sim wall here. Your Ryan has beat him to the jump. Dude, you are the right click god on Sim. Look at you. Get him with the right clicks. Get him. Get him. Get him. Okay. Okay, so again here I'm thinking, how can I manipulate cover to get free beam on this guy? Maybe I get some beam on this guy right here. And right, I'm staying out of his range. I'm luring him around covers and stuff like that so he can't hurt me. And I can hide from the fire strikes while I'm just kind of farming beam on him, right? I'm just farming that beam. And then once I do farm... Now, they have a lot of ults right now, but let's pretend they don't. The main gameplay concept is I'm farming beam on a dude like this. And again, I'm going to like... I don't know, I might teleport someplace like this so I can just run out of this room with a charged right click and like run this guy down or run some guy down somewhere that I hear and see if I can kill him with my thing. And if it doesn't work, then I run away. That's a huge thing for Sim. We need the left click to work on this character. That's your biggest problem. I mean, look, I'm genuinely curious. I'm not going to stop this from playing until you left click somebody.
I'm trying to remember when I used left click.
Yeah, I'm having a great time. Dude, this is so good. I've never seen it. Have you guys seen anything like this before? You're doing like a challenge run. Yeah. Somnex has it, dude. You're literally doing a challenge run right now on Sim. We're like, I'm not a. Oh!
Oh, there it is. That's what's it.
And see, you die, so you're dumb. You shouldn't have done that left click. You should have done right click. No, okay. Yeah, that one's pretty simple. That one's pretty simple. You have to find ways to charge that beam up on left click. A lot of that comes from having good cover usage. You'll be surprised on the nasty shit you can get away with on Sim with the range of your beam and using cover closely, right? You're just using those corners and you're just seeing what you can get away with. You're not super eager. And we're playing around the idea once and for all that we get the big charge. We use that big charge to go make a play. That's it. The turrets, we don't care about those. That should be intuitive enough for you. You can find that in other videos and stuff like that, how to use the turrets. That's not a big deal. You just kind of throw them in random spots. I don't really care. This is the massive
Really
fault.
not
This
bad.
is, yeah, that will help you a little bit. The turrets and stuff like that, you can look into that stuff. Biggest thing for you by a million miles is what is left clicking. Okay, next person. Okay, we have a tank. It says, I'm the monkey. That's all it says. Stephano, my team bad. Lol help. Okay. Let's lol help this person.
Was a meme. Sorry, I posted this when I thought this was a joke.
Bubba. Is this you?
Yup.
Why are you called that?
Wait, what do you mean?
Why are you called Bubba? Why are you called Esoteric Bubba? What is this? What's the meaning of
I
this?
made it when I was in, I was like 10.
What was the 10-year-old
Discord
version
was
of you
the-
thinking?
Well, it was the word that we were learning that day in like middle school, I think. And then
Oh, esoteric?
it was just, yeah.
Sick, dude. Sick.
Yeah, this game is a meme. My team is very good this game.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm a little anxious about already the way that this dive looked. I'm not as scared because I saw Doomfist. But in general, this is something I immediately don't like. Now, maybe you're doing it just because you got pressure from the punch, so you're just kind of rolling with it. But I don't know enough of what's going on. I haven't seen shit. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I just see that guy over there, and I'm like, oh, I hope he's alone. I mean, whatever, you'll probably be fine. But I'd like you to have a little bit more information before you go looking for shit, especially when it comes to like diving people. But whatever. I think it's mostly just because you got punched in a weird position. A little bit of overstaying there, where it's like there's no value for me doing this, but that's fine. Nothing crazy yet. We're kind of staged here. I like this. So one thing I preach about for Winston's is just like that. It's literally you can follow a script on Winston to get to like Diamond. Your script is because this character doesn't take very much mechanics, right? Unless you talk about Primal. But in terms of just murdering people with his base kit, it's not that difficult. Like you just hold down your button and it's shocking the people for you. Okay, so you need to know what to do on Winston more than how to play, like exactly like how to execute the plays, kind of. At least for a good while. It gets a little bit more complicated later. But so the main thing is stage first. That's step 1. Step 2, engage the enemy. Step 3, disengage. Step 4, repeat this process. You're not allowed to skip steps on this character, okay? You don't want to skip any of those steps, not until you're insanely good. You need to really get that cycle down. Let's see how well you apply to it. So right now we're staged. I kind of like it. We're staged. Somebody's kind of engaging on us, so we can kind of shock him for a little bit. Now, you can go for this guy and mess with him a little bit there. But again, the same kind of thing from earlier is like, there's a little bit for you of like, you're seeming almost a little rushed, where you're not gathering that much information from like things that are around. Like you kind of, this guy comes at you and kind of, I don't care what's happening over here at all, anything. I'm just immediately looking at this dude and committing to this kind of thing and following him around. Like, you might have taken a moment just to kind of look and see, is their team like all standing right there? You didn't even look for that. You're just immediately on the Doomfist or whatever. You know, that gives me a little bit of concern. It's not that big of a deal right here, though. It seems as though the enemy team is surrendering. Okay, you're staged again. This is good. You've decided to engage. That's fine. Time to disengage. Let's go. Now, again, you could gather more information there. And I'm going to show you just one more time. So, you kind of see some people walking around the house. But they haven't really, done, like, this guy's about to leave. There's about to be, like, an opening where you get to see a lot of stuff with your team. If you're staged and just zapping them, right? Where you can now make a very educated play on who you want to go for and which door you want to choose and that kind of thing. You're kind of already just going as soon as you see something. You're just kind of running on it. This will get you in trouble as Winston just because it is good to stage, but it's not that good if you don't use the staging position to make good decisions. More measured decisions and like poke people and see what's going on first. If you just keep going, you might as well have been on the floor anyways, because it's not like you're using that high ground information. It's not like you're really utilizing that much of the difference of like, you could have, like, what's the difference between that beautiful staging spot that you have and if you had just been down here and just leaped right at their face? It's basically the exact same thing because you didn't use the information you had up there. Okay. This is better gameplay than some of these other codes. I don't know what rank you are. This looks to be maybe somewhere in Diamond. Maybe like, I'd say like Diamond 2. You're Diamond 2, I call it. It is so. Yeah, so you guys are kind of owning them right now. It's a little hard to see necessarily all the obvious faults when you're kind of owning like this, but I can already see the lead up to some of them. Like right here, owning these guys or whatever, but we didn't really stage. We were just kind of standing main and jumping on them. You know, that can get us in trouble later. Here we're just kind of like, I don't know, we have Primal, I guess, so we just kind of run them down. We're just really owning these guys, aren't we? These poor guys.
Yeah, it's just like this code was I thought this was kind of a joke.
The meme. Okay, we'll watch a little bit more. I'm gonna see if you make any like really obvious mistakes where it actually punishes you. The main thing I just say is you need to use the information when you actually stage. It looks like you're staging, engaging, and disengaging fairly often. You're staying a little too long during certain engagements. That you have, like, even when it's very low risk, you're taking a lot of excess damage and kind of greeting a little bit for kills. Now maybe you're feeling really hyped because, you know, your team's kind of owning them or whatever, but it looks to me like you might have a tendency to overstay during the engagement part when you need to disengage, and it looks like you might not be utilizing the staging part to its fullest extent. You're not really gathering the information, you just kind of go. It's an easy trap to get into, and it especially starts coming out typically when Winston players are pressured or when they're behind. When you're ahead, everything kind of works. When you're behind, the cracks start to really expose themselves, I guess. Get poking. We're kind of staged over here. I feel like I could have seen more. And that wasn't a very successful dive. Oh my god. See, look. This is... I knew it. I knew it was coming. Where is anybody on the enemy team? I can see the Mizuki. I can see that somewhere over there must be a cat. I can see his projectile. But look at you. You just decide, I'm going to jump into literally complete blindness. I knew this was going to happen.
I know they're on the point because they have 3 things and we're up advantage.
So I'm just going to jump into the center of all of them. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Yep, disengage and then you stage here. Looks kind of isolated. Could have maybe waited a little bit more. It could have been something better, but looked decent. You can't wait too long, obviously. Yeah, okay. I think we've seen enough. I think that's roughly what I could say for you. You just need to be a little bit more with your staging. You need to use that information a little bit better, be a little bit more patient. You're a little bit eager to jump on shit, and that could definitely punish you pretty hard when the situation's not nearly as favorable as it was for you there. The other thing is, be really careful on Winston for when you're in the engaged part of your cycle, that you don't really greed those kills, like when you're chasing that Kiriko all the way down. It's like you don't really need to do that kind of thing. and just occasionally other times it's literally like a difference between hanging out for like an extra second longer than you kind of should. Once you've kind of got all their attention, they're all looking at you, and the bubble's no longer like directly like blocking for you, you have to go, because we don't want to lose all of our armor and like 500 HP when we engage, if we could like make that 100 HP and have the same exact result. Okay, look at this one. D1 Sojourn. I was mid-masters for 1 season playing May. I missed the days. I was skilled. I have too much fun playing Sojourn, I fear. People other than Stephano can take a look at this if they'd like. I'm actually curious if I'd agree with the advice offered. Okay, well, we just talked about Sojourn a little bit, so we have a sneak peek at this. We had a little, what's it called? Foreshadowing? We had foreshadowing. Okay, Sarah Lee. Okay, so common mistakes on Sojourn that I see around this rank. Wasting Disruptor Shot all the time. You gotta close the door on people. I'll explain what that is if it comes up. And then you're not playing the Sojourn gameplay loop of typically what it looks like. I'll repeat it again if you weren't here earlier. Typically what it looks like is that you farm rail by doing damage from a fairly safe and conservative position. You're farming rail. And as you're starting to get rail, as you're getting that kind of rail loaded, what you're looking to do is then you can take a, like, make sure you have your slide. And once you're like, okay, I got my slide, check that off the list. You're going to take normally kind of like tighter off angles. You're not going to take something super deep. You could. It's sort of up to playstyle diff, I guess, in the map. But a lot of times you're kind of taking like a medium off angle, nothing too crazy. And you're kind of try to look past the big targets. You kind of look for other people. And then critically what you want to do there is I believe that rail should mostly be kind of thought of as an executability. You're using it kind of like around the time the enemy is getting like 60% health or so, 70% health maybe if you don't have any time left. So when you appear on that angle, you don't want to instantly rail the first guy you see unless you see somebody like literally 50 health or something like that. You just happen to see it. You're going to start shooting your gun from that angle, maybe throw a disruptor shot from that angle into a critical position. And then with the power of your combined bullets and a disruptor shot lowering their health, you're going to finish them off with rail. And you don't even need to land a headshot. You could be terrible at landing headshots and you kill them. And then you go back and you do it again. Now, if somebody pressures you there, that's why we keep our slide. Your slide is most commonly going to be used to escape. You don't want to use this thing to go in. You don't want to use this thing to... You can take it high ground sometimes with it, but be safe with it. This is your safety cooldown. You got to have your safety cooldown as a hit scan. Otherwise, you can't play the game. Oh, God. There's an instant replay of Andrew. This is Andrew. Watch my Andrew clips. Guys, Andrew. What do you think? Rate the Andrew. Asters. Good. Yes, Andrew. Andrew should... Yeah, dude. Andrew's nuts, dude. This is... I call this the loser spot, by the way. This is where so many, like, poor widows hang out. This is the loser spot. Why is this the loser spot? It's the spot that, like... I don't know. At least in my lobbies, everybody fucking shoots that guy in the head, like with a million projectiles as soon as the round starts. It's just like all flying at us. Look, oh no, that's their Bastion nade. But you guys can't do that very well with your comp. But a lot of times, I don't like it when people stand here because they just get fucking domed and owned there so often. And then there's like all these different characters who like to do sneaky shit up here to dome and own that guy. So I don't know. Anyways, he's in the loser spot. Your guy is not ready for the most common character on this map, and he is turned into a pile of ash. Okay, if you're playing against a Widow on Sojourn, you are free to ego that guy 100 million times every game until he proves that he can kill you. How do you ego a Widow on Sojourn? You abuse the fact that she has a really weird crouching hitbox. So what you do is you're going to AD strafe really fast, and you're going to spam crouch really fast. And then while you're doing that, you're just not moving your mouse. You're holding it down where her head is, and you're spamming primary fire. You can even do, at this range, you can do like 9-round bursts or 10-round burst or whatever, where it shoots this very accurate burst to get more consistent projectiles hitting. And then you might wait a little bit and do it again. But you will own most Widows this way and force them off of their angle because they will not hit you. They just won't. And sometimes they will, but very, 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 very rarely they hit you. GM Widows will struggle to hit, specifically Sojourn. It's not working on every character, but Sojourn, very, very annoying crouching shit. Very strange. It's just a weird quirk of the hero. What are you doing? Okay, farmed rail, right? Nice. Okay, let's squeeze out the rest of the value from this guy. No, okay. I guess you can rail him, but let's squeeze out all the value. Yeah. Okay, that guy is crazy style inting. But what you could normally in a situation like this, he's going to get out. And what you do is you kind of finish. So you have your rail, but that doesn't mean immediately I'm going to leave to the off angle and go do some shit. You respect the fight, right? I'm pressuring the hazard. I'm doing damage to hazard. Now, if he looks super killable, Now in this situation, he ended up being killable, but he didn't look super killable. But if he's like maybe getting close to execute range from the rail, you can rail this guy and finish him off. But otherwise, normally what you do is you just keep primary firing him as he, as he escapes the space and backs off. And then when he backs off, when the hazard leaves, the problem for these guys is that they all become, like more exposed. There's nobody like distracting, and they tend to be in more pushed up positions where, my tank was kind of offering protection for me to play this position. Now he's gone, so now we're a little exposed. Anyways, what you're looking to do then is you're looking to go fight somebody with your rail, probably like this Widow, for example, since you know where he's been playing. Shoot the Widow in the face with your primary fire and finish him with rail before he escapes. And that's what you do with your rail. Now, in this case, you just murder that guy. Okay, random slide. I love it. That's not what slide is for. It is for escaping, but, whatever. We still have our slide. We did a weird little air maneuver there. Watch, I want you guys to see this. I don't even think the Bastion notices you, but I just want you to see the Sojourn air movement. Watch. It's like a little, you're doing like a cool gymnastic trick for him. And nobody appreciates it. It's all lost on them. Okay, we have our rail. We're randomly sliding. This is so bad. Why is this bad? You're sliding over here. I don't know what's around this corner, but you're committing slide just to literally walk with your legs, where you could walk with just so you could literally take this position that you could walk to in like a second. When you come around this corner, if these guys start significantly pressuring you, or if there's people right fucking here and they start attacking you, you don't have slide and you get murdered on Sojourn. That can happen a lot. Be very careful with just like sliding around. Okay, so that was a nice headshot, but we kind of just railed immediately. Now, in that situation, your team's not around, so maybe you do just go for a random headshot and see, but like nothing really happened. That's why you have to kind of damage them down first. Like when you do appear on the angle, normally you have to get some primary fires on, which normally is kind of easier to do, right? Because when you appear on an angle randomly in the middle of a fight, because you've disappeared from where you were, right? And then you appear on some random angle, you're attacking from surprise, which means you have advantage on your attack rolls. With advantage on your attack rolls, you're able to hit more attacks and do more damage while they're still surprised. And then what normally happens to the enemy is this. So I'm this guy, right? Let's say you surprise him. Okay, you're shooting him a little bit with some primary fires. He's reacting slowly to the surprise, taking lots of damage, right? It does a bunch of damage your gun, just your primary fire, right? Now he's pressured. Now he's like 60%, 70% health, 6, 7. Okay, he's hurt. That's going to make him panic a little bit. And the thing is about people who are panicking or people who are under pressure is that they tend to move more predictably. When somebody is under pressure, they tend to move more predictably towards cover, especially when they're surprised. This is a psychological fact about Overwatch. It's almost always the case. And so because of that, it makes it really easy to land your rail. Now, obviously by surprise, we could also just land our rail, but rail is really good for when you're predicting where they're going. If you can predict where they're going and just line up your crosshair with where that is, and as they cross it, you shoot it, that's what you want to do with rail. So anyways, back to roasting the gameplay. What are we mainly seeing here? Well, we're sliding in all the time like this, aggressively. This is just absolutely insane. That is definitely going to get you killed in lots of games. Going to get you punished all the time, especially against higher rated opponents, but even in this game, it'll probably punish you. Very crazy. And then the other thing is just like, when we do farm the rail off of the guy, we only really want to shoot it into the tank if he's super, super dead. Nice, good, very good, right? This is exactly what I'm talking about. So we don't want to show up from the angle and just immediately rail them like we did before. We want to do what you do here. Right here, you put the disruptor shot on the guy when you surprise him, right? You're taking full advantage of my surprise round on the enemy. You're getting all this primary fire damage, right? And then, only then, do you shoot the rail, and it results in a pick, which is very, very valuable. And then, you're chilling. You're just back in the fight with everybody else. And if you got pressured, you could have slid out. Okay, let's watch a little bit more. Sliding in at them again, you're fucking crazy. There's no reason. Because that could have, like, he headshots you twice there, and then somebody starts running at you. I'm really scared. Oh. Oh, man. Andrew, dude, watch. The power of Andrew. Oh! Nasty flick from Andrew. Perfect headshot. Yeah. This play already was kind of sketchy to me. Why is it sketchy to me? You're starting your rail with your slide. You just don't want to do that. I think I've kind of hampered on about it enough for the rest of this replay. Please don't use your slide when you're taking aggressive actions. Very, very, very rarely is that something you need to do. You need to have your slide to protect yourself, especially when you're using your ult. So when you start your ult somewhere, wherever it might be, you're turning on your ult and you're blasting people. And then if they get completely owned, like really fast, boom. Maybe we slide in because they're getting so owned that we can slide in and get another free kill with our railgun. But more than often than not, what happens is that when you press your railgun, everybody in the game wants to murder your ass, the big glowing person, and then you're going to need to use your slide to get away from them and keep shooting them with the rail as you do so. Okay, you asked, what are you supposed to do about Andrew? Well, if it was a normal Widow player, what I would say is like you literally just ego this guy with the crouch AD spam. But since he's Andrew, you literally need to run in fear and hide at all times. Never show your face to him. Convince your team in the team chat, if you can, to surrender the game. Ow. Okay, we'll watch this last fight. See if there's any common patterns. We're here. We got here a little before we had our slide, but we did end up getting our slide. But I'm seeing right now... Okay, nice. You got it. It looked like you were sliding wrong, but you actually slid perfectly. What I like to do there... in that situation, by the way, you're going to get in lots of tight positions of Sojourn. What's a good thing to do there, you can always slide where you're facing. And so if you want good control over your slide when you're trying to escape in a tight spot where you might crash into walls and stuff like that, very quickly face the place you want to go to, that little sliver of place you want to go through, slide forward. That will get you out, and it will get you out precisely where you want to. And then after you do that, you can even turn around and you're still sliding that same direction and you can keep shooting. But that makes it more precise so you don't crash into walls. Okay, this isn't going to be a neutral fight. This is a disaster. There's just all kinds of shooting and ulting going on. Now, right here, big mistake. You do rail that guy, but like he's in the middle of a trance. What I'd prefer, keep the rail, right? Then do something like this. Appear here, but with railgun, right? This is the main Sojourn gameplay loop. You cannot just stop doing this randomly. You need to show up here with your railgun, right? And then we take the surprise run on Zenyatta with our primary fire, right? Literally like 5 bullets in this guy's half health because he's completely surprised, right? You don't even have to have your disruptor shot. And then you blast him with your rail, and this is a free kill. And then you have your slide, and you slide back away if they try to push you. You just escape. And you've converted this kind of looks to not be a very good fight for you into a random kill on the Zenyatta that should never have happened. But here you have to work for it, and that kill that could have happened doesn't happen. You have to slide in to try to finish it in the trade. No good. No good. So keep the Sojourn basics. You need to get the Sojourn basics down. That's what you're missing. Especially with the slide. But like the gameplay loop too. Okay, we've got a few more. Angelic. P2 Kiri Rialto. Okay. Quite new to the character. Struggling to be confident when taking angles. Knowing exactly when to take angles. That's a funny sentence. Okay. I feel like I swing back and forth from being too aggressive and not being aggressive enough. Also, I feel like I'm not using Swift Step enough and sometimes dying with my cooldowns. Well, it's very likely that is true, my friend. It is very likely that everything you just said is true. Let's look at the gameplay. Did I take the code? I think I did. Yes. Okay, this is you. All right. So I've been coaching a lot of Kirikos recently, and I found a way to help them improve in one session. Because a lot of times as a coach, that can be kind of a trick. Is like, you don't always get multiple sessions with the guy where you can really develop them over a long time, teach them lots of concepts and drip feed them. You kind of have to, a lot of it is like, how much value can I get in that initial session? Because that's probably the most important one. Because I might never see this guy again. So what I've learned, the most important ability that makes Kiriko OP is not Suzu. It's not your damage output. It is not your healing output. I believe that the reason this character has been one of the most crazy fucking characters in the history of Overwatch and always been really relevant for a long time is because of your Shu. It is because of the Shu ability right here. This Shu ability is what makes Kiriko insanely powerful. Think about it. If Moira or Ana had Suzu, would they be that good? Would they be that much better if you trade one of their cooldowns and give them Suzu? I don't think that's that good. I mean, it's a good ability, but it's not that good. Suzu is particularly good on Kiriko, right? But what is it about Kiriko that makes Suzu so good? It's the Shu cooldown. This is your most valuable cooldown. It is a cooldown you need to be getting value out of the most during the course of a game in order to have impact on it, right? It does so much. The main mistake I see from Kiriko players whether it be heal botting, they always get caught up. Oh, should I be heal botting? Should I be healing? Should I be damaged? Should I go just fight people on angles and kill people, everybody in the lobby? I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter. What I found out actually matters is, are you using the shoe cooldown or not? Because you could heal bot without using your shoe and lose the game. But you could heal bot while using your shoe effectively, and you can win the game. Weirdly enough, you can actually win the game. I've tested this recently, and I was owning in ranked. How was I doing it? I was playing Kiriko, and I was literally trying not to do damage to people. I was just heal botting, but I was always being in a position where I could use my shoe. And the games felt really, really, really easy. Okay? Okay? Now, you could also do damage as much as you want. I don't care. I'm not going to tell you to do damage or do healing. Do whatever you want, but your rule is you must go to a position where the shoe will be valuable. Now, I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay, so let's take this position, for example. This isn't a great example because we're just grabbing literally any random distribution of enemy characters and allied characters, but okay. So, in a position like this, how do we know our shoe will be valuable? Our shoe, is it just because you force people to look at you, but you don't actually have to commit yourself anywhere? Yes, yes. When you are in a position where you get shoe value, you can normally damage enemies, you can normally heal your team, you normally pull aggression from the enemy team, you get cooldowns used on you, potentially even engagements used on you, that you could literally just nullify by leaving and continuing to be valuable, right? You leave completely, nullifying a threat that could have been on your team that instead is on you. You nullify cooldowns that could have been on your team that are instead on you, and they aren't even on you. That's the bonus, because you've left and you're fine. And now you can literally just heal and do damage from here, right? Whereas that guy, like let's say you were in a position like this, we'll just make it up, and then let's say Doomfist sees you, and he's like, oh, Kiri alone. Slam on her, try to punch her, right? You might get slammed, but then boom, you're out. Right? Now Doomfist he's committed his engagement cooldown on you instead of somebody else. Now in this context, right, that doesn't really make sense, but I'm just kind of illustrating the idea behind it. Same thing with like dynamite, right? He might throw dynamite at you because you're around a corner and he can't get to you, and then you leave or you move away from it. Being in those positions is what makes Kiriko insanely valuable. Okay? So we find those positions by pick a guy on your team who's kind of the guy you think you're going to be able to TP to. Now normally it's going to be this guy. Sometimes it's like the guy like this. It's never this guy. It's never this guy. Now, what happens with normal Kiriko gameplay that I see around this rank is they hang out back here all the time next to the guy they need to TP to, and they just heal, and they try to throw damage long range, and then when something happens to them, first off, they never use TP at all for like 40 seconds, and then when something happens to them, their only choice, like say maybe aggression gets happening to them, people on their head, killing, murder, all right? Their only choice they have is they have to teleport to the tank or die. And then they teleport here and they die, right? That's what happens to them. By being in a good position to shoot, we're always in a position where when I teleport to my guy of safety, whoever it may be, when I teleport away, I'm going to be really safe from whatever just was killing me. That's it. Normally that means you're going to be on off angles all the time as Kiriko. Normally. But not always. Like even right here, you're kind of like, you have TP range and stuff like that. But okay, let's keep watching. Let's watch the actual gameplay. So, already, what's the problem? Well, who am I TP to when I get into danger? I guess you could try to TP to the Ashe. She's a little far. But that's really far out of the fight. Like, she's in a weird position, quite honestly. But you're kind of in this clump with all these dudes. And I don't like that. Because we're not in a position right now where our shoe would be particularly helpful, and it's probably not going to be used at any point. I want you to make the enemy... Your goal is I want you to go get the enemy to use your shoe cooldown as many times per game. And you will personally, Angelic, you will win an award from me. All right? You're going to win an award from me, Greatest Kiriko Player Award, if you could, like, whoever gets the highest amount of TPs they can use in one game. The highest amount of shoes that you can spam. Right now, you've not used shoe at all, right? Very powerful ability. You're not using it at all. So go make them use it on you. Go up here, fight this guy, and make him fucking force you to leave. Or go over here and like fight this guy and make him force you to do something. Go to some position where you're going to be forced to run away. That could even be coming down here instead. And you're still hopping around. You're still doing damage to the Doomfist. But now, if Doomfist wants to come after you in here because he sees you alone, he's like, oh, I kind of want to get away from the Rhine. I want to go for the Kiri, right? He's going to come for you. You just leave, nice and happy and safe. Doomfist wasted some time, and I got my cooldown usage. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. So this is a little better. No, you don't use your shoe at all. You have the chance, your golden opportunity. Ah! Shoo someone! Shoo this guy! Shoo anyone! Now, here's another important part. This should be obvious, but when you go to the position where you can use your shoe, be ready to use it. Yeah, you're going to spots to get your shoe forced. So that means that, remember how you said in your post, you said, "Oh, I'm dying with my cooldowns a lot." That's because you're getting surprised all the time, and you're not proactively engaging with the game. From now on, you're going to be proactively engaging with the game. You're going to go places because you want your shoe to be used. So that means that when they show up to fight you, you're not surprised or pressured or panicking. You've expected this moment from the very beginning. You saw it written in the sky as a child when the star fell, right? And it said that you were going to shoo to safety and not die, and this guy was going to waste a bunch of time. So you're going to shoo to safety, boom, out. Healing my guys to full HP. Genji using his dash and his deflect cooldown over there. Not doing anything. That's what you need to be doing. Here, am I in a position where my shoe is valuable? A little bit. If you're thinking about using it to go to this guy, a little bit. Not bad. I would want a little bit more out of you. So, think about the screen. Where can I go get shoe value? Where can I get shoe value? Probably somewhere over here, right? I can like walk towards this cart. Maybe walk, all I'm doing is I'm literally doing the same job, healing these guys from cover, right? Same job. You could literally heal bot your ass off. I don't care. Same job. Throw some knives. I don't care. And then if you get pressured, I'm out this way or I'm out this way. Whatever you wants to be, that would be a little bit better. You're in these. You're opting more towards these passive positions where you don't. Oh yes. Okay, and then no. Okay. You know what? Yeah, get him. Now, I normally don't recommend that you do that, but if you're exceedingly confident, the way that you should use Suzu on Kiriko is mostly for yourself and sometimes to cleave allies that are next to you that are about to die. But I don't want you using it when you're in a position to get your shoe forced. I don't want you throwing your Suzu first and then getting your shoe forced. I would prefer if you were to shoe out first, right? And then if you need to, once you get there, you can still Suzu if you really need to. But otherwise, we're shooting out first. That's our first reaction to pressure. Now, if you want to min-max it, you do what you do there, which is that you fight the Genji for a little while and see if you're winning. If you're winning, or whoever it is, whatever DPS, if you're winning, that's when you use the Suzu to kind of try to confirm it, and then you can still get out if you want to do that. But you don't have to. Normally, you could literally get really high rank in this game by just going to shoe angles, throw your daggers at the guy who are trying to kill you, like as they come to kill you out of your shoe angle, and then you shoo away, and now you've done damage to them. They've barely done anything to you. They've wasted movement and cooldowns and positioning to try to come get you, and you're being super productive, healing your team and damaging people and just fine, and your shoe's such a low cooldown. Let's watch one more fight after this one that's happening here. Your team's going to die. Their team's going to die. Hell yeah. Okay. I'll just fast forward. Oh, you're on him again, dude. Owned! Well done. You killed 2 there, I think. But realistically, you killed that Genji twice, so you killed 3 there. Okay. Bam. Oh! Nasty, right? What's good about this position? Did we come here to kill someone? No, I don't want you thinking about it like I'm coming up here to see if I can get a cheeky kill. That could happen. You're coming up here because I want my shoe to be valuable, right? I'm coming up here to insist that my shoe be used or I kill you. And then if he says, you must use your shoe for you shall die to my gun, then you say, okay, goodbye. But if he gets fucking owned like that, then, well done. Now you're still in a position to use your shoe, so keep doing it. Okay, guy's on you. Now we shoot out. That's perfect. Good job. But see how don't get lost. Don't get lost, okay? Don't get lost down here now that you've completed the cycle 1 time. You got to do the cycle more times. Go get your shoe value anywhere. You could stray out over here, literally just bravely walk. Like, what's that, Monty Python? Brave Sir Robin. Go be him. Or, try to come back up here. This one worked a little bit ago. I like this one. Don't get stuck here. Maybe Kitsune rush real quick, and then don't get stuck here. Oh, God. Okay, you Suzu'd first instead of shoe first. I don't like that, but whatever. All Doomfists are bad, as I said before. This is pretty good. Yeah, just do this consistently. This is big for Kiri. If you're learning Kiri, this is a pretty good start. Use your damn support ult. Like, I would have used it in the previous fight, honestly. with the last thing I'll say to you, when it comes to Kitsune Rush, if I have Kitsune Rush and there is inkling, if I smell an inkling of a team fight starting, I'm pressing that shit on my team and I'm going to a shoe position. Okay? Yeah, don't hold Rush a lot. Yeah, if you notice that, that's definitely a problem. You're wanting to, it's one of the easiest ults to use in the game. A team fight is at all starting, like literally at all starting. Like we're in the poking phase still, I don't care. As long as we're in some sort of encounter where I know my team is here and their team is here, I'm pressing Kitsune Rush. First opportunity I get. I would have used it probably a whole minute ago now. So I'm definitely like, okay, run away, run away, run away, run away. Oh god. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Can you use the Kitsune Rush ever? Go to shoe position, right? Yes, good, 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 good. Keep at it, keep at it. You haven't even got all the value you could get there yet. Okay, Kitsune Rush is fine too. Now, don't get stuck, right? Probably just Suzu yourself here because you're hurt, or maybe Suzu that guy because you're hurt, and then split off. Get your shoe value. Number one priority all the time, shoe value. Oh god. Oh god. No shoe value here. See how the cooldown's just sitting there? Big, useful, amazing cooldown sitting there. So, pretty good. Pretty good. Honestly, for Plat, that's pretty good. But we're not nearly playing around it enough. Even for doing pretty good, I feel like you used your shoe maybe 4 times that entire game. That cooldown is 6 seconds. Okay. Okay. Next one. I need to get some water, man. My mouth is desert. Okay, so I just watched that one. This is Crabs Will Not Die. Diamond 3. Nintendo Switch.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Okay. Okay.
You see,
It will be so.
I have devoted my wisdom to playing the game so horribly.
What is the conversion rate from Nintendo Switch to like PC rank?
30 FPS.
Okay. That somewhat answers the question. All right, you're the Pharah,
The
yes?
console is inflated, so probably.
Oh, you've got like
pretty low.
advanced designs on them? What are you doing here? What is this?
Oh, that's a funny little thing.
Oh, that's a funny little thing. Okay, you're a distinguished rat Pharah enjoyer. Give
No,
me
I have like 10 million game sense and like 5% aim.
good, 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 good. I'm excited to see it. Give me about 30 seconds. I'm gonna refresh my water.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's funny. Well, now I'm the coach, so you all can send your replay codes to me. I'm much better than Steph, actually. I just wanted to see him try
I think
to
we
go
really
for
ought to
it.
execute you.
No.
Yes.
Okay,
Shh.
I'm
That's
back.
silence.
I haven't really decided if I'm gonna roast you or if I'm gonna coach you. It depends if I see the
A mix
potential.
of both.
I need to do it fast. I need to get through these fast.
Now, the movement may look a little
Ah.
strange, but it's just a different culture.
Oh my god. Chat, I was literally dying. I was dying of thirst. I think I might have actually died if I went for one more VOD, I swear.
Oh, rip. Alright, putting down my phone.
Yeah, we got a strange beginning to this. We have a hesitating stance we've taken. Okay. You're planning something with the
Pharah
floor?
shoots people. That's what Pharah does.
Okay,
She
shoot. I
shoots.
don't ever do
Shot.
that again. Whatever you just did, delete that from your brain. I
What?
don't know where you learned
Jumped?
that.
I jumped.
I don't know where you
Oh,
learned this.
shoot people.
Erase it from your head. Just use your booster. You went lower distance than you would have done with just your booster because you didn't do it right.
I think I hit my head on the wall.
Yes. Okay.
Shoot, Mickey. Shoot.
We randomly shoot concussive blast.
And then I take like 1 million damage. Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Shoot, McGee.
Okay, so
crazy
here's what you need to understand about Pharah immediately, and I'm seeing it instantly. So you've come up here, right? We're on powerful land. Okay, we shot some shots at the enemy. Okay, they're noticing you, and they've been noticing you. You've been up here for a bit, right? Shooting at them, shooting your random concussive, right? Once you've kind of initially done your strafing run as Pharah, it's time to go, especially when they have hit scan. It's time to go to a new strafing run. You don't have to just sit here spamming them from this spot. There's so much mobility offered to your character. You can go so many different places in the world. And the thing is, this guy starts shitting on you right here. I want you to notice this. Look. So right here, Jesus, not even here yet. Okay. Right here. Surely. Here it comes. Next is another concussive shot. My god.
Then he's
Okay.
there. Bang.
Okay, now he's here. And see how much damage he does to you and owns you? Right?
Boom,
What is
that's
any
me.
different about how... Why didn't he do that to you here? Okay, maybe you can cuss him,
wasn't
so it
there.
kind of messes with him.
He didn't know.
Yeah, exactly.
He
So,
didn't know.
that guy does not know you exist. He's surprised by you. He's pressured by you. He's freaking out. Okay? So you're getting a bunch of free extra value, a bunch of free extra potential damage to him if you land like some abilities. Unfortunately, it's kind of far away, so you're not landing that much. Get it kind of far away?
Yeah,
Haha.
I think I struggled with. I spam too far away, and then I just
Yeah.
don't hit anything.
Yeah.
Because I'm
That's
scared.
and that's fine. Now I might make him something closer like this, but that's still fine. The thing is, what you need to understand is once you've done that initial strafing run, that's when the damage basically becomes turned on for the enemy team. Now they're aware of you. Now they know where you are, so they're watching for you. They're ready for you. They're going to do a bunch of damage. So what you need to do in a situation like this, disappear from that spot. Don't kind of do the same strafing run again in that same spot. You need to disappear, and you need to try it again from a new position. That's a huge thing for any type of DPS like this. You need to keep trying new positions. You could try to go quickly across if you want to take a risk, but keep trying new positions to get your value. Keep changing it up all the time on the enemy team. Don't get static on a hero like this.
So true.
This guy, very, very good
See.
at being static. He's the king of static electricity. He just stands still in one spot. This guy, I just stand
Spooky
still in
spooks.
one spot.
Mm.
I'm chilling. I will just spend the entire... If he had it his way, that Emre, you know what he would do? He would spend the entire game on this same high ground. The entire game, he would stay there if he had it his way. But you're not afforded that. You have to be Pharah. You have to be different. Okay, so... Okay, they end up dying somehow to you. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, your guy's in.
Cheeky
Look,
little-
look, it's just like we talked about, right? We went to a new spot, different than the last spot. So we moved. Value has happened. Took you too long. Took you too long. So bad things kind of happen. Slowed down, but it ended up being roughly okay. Like the team fight, it's a victory for us. But
Yeah.
you could have won this twice as fast. And that's where you can get a little bit of free extra value in as far as... Oh, God.
Ignore this. Ignore this. Oop, oop, oop. There we go.
Okay. And this is fine. So you shoot your spam. I see you're interested a little bit in the Winston. And then we're always changing... Oh, nice. See how that guy's surprised by you, gets completely owned? Good.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're always kind of changing our position up. Very nice. We're kind of just owning them. Good.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
I get owned.
Why does this Reaper kill you?
I didn't know he was there. Did not know.
Yes, because he surprised you, took advantage of you. He had his way with you.
He did. Spooky spooks.
How is he able to do this? Do you want to watch it from his perspective, or do you have a guess?
I do.
What's
I
your
think
guess?
he teleported up to high ground, just walked.
Why did he do that?
Because he knew I was there. I
That's
was
right.
There.
Because although this was a good play you made on the Mei, nice damage on the Life Weaver, you were already kind of pushing at the Life Weaver where you could have been going to a new spot, getting new kills, doing new damage that was much more effective because you're changing up your position. You also hung out here so long, you let the worst guy at killing, one of the worst guys at killing you in the entire game, walk up and murder your ass. Right? That's your problem. That's your problem on Pharah 100%. Is you are way too static for a character that needs to not be static because you get punished really hard for being static. Even here,
Yeah,
you've already been here a
225
bit.
really hurt.
You've already been there a bit long, right? So I would be looking, right? What should you do here? You need to start thinking about already, like before this engage even here, you need to be thinking, can I get past them somewhere? Can I, and start my next engage from maybe up here? Or maybe I could back off this way and start my next engage from over here. Whatever it is, I don't care. The fact of you just literally changing it is going to destroy them because they're bad and you're going to own them. But the way you're playing it now, you're making it very easy for them. You're saying, hey, boom, 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 hey, oh, and you're waving your hands over your head, and you're getting all their attention. Say, look at me, I have, like, no health, man. You shoot me, I'm fucking dead. That's what you're telling the enemy team, all right? Yeah, and they're going
You
to...
don't want them to know that.
And it takes them a while, but they are like, okay, I guess we'll kill him. It's kind of gross because he wants to die, but, we kind of have to. Good, you went around this way, that's better. Whatever.
I got scared.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. You just kind of freak out a little bit after that. You were scared this whole time.
I'm just like, oh, gotta go.
Yeah. You just went right into the next one. Too frightened. But main thing, I think most importantly is I like that you went around at least for the angle. Okay, so we're here for a little bit. Good. Oh,
Oops.
shit it on.
Yeah, that bastion. You see, I just didn't think the pedal.
Okay,
That's
that
kinda
surprised
crazy.
me too. Honestly, you're forgiven. I was saying you should probably get out now, but right as I was thinking that, you got owned. So that's not really on you. I think you got surprised by a clever play
I've
from
never
that.
seen someone take a Life Weaver.
Yeah,
pedal
Life
before,
Weaver
so-
Pedal Bastion is a surprise. That's with Pocket. That's pretty good. Okay.
Yeah, I
So
just
don't-
keep going to the same high ground.
Yeah, don't also always start the same way. Like, this is pretty good. In some maps, it's kind of safe to kind of start the same way a lot of times. But, you know, you can mix it up kind of easily on the character. Play a little bit from here, poke a
Yeah.
little bit from here. Try
It's
coming
just
around this
Dorado,
one
I
sometimes.
feel like it might be. I feel like it's too long to take that other angle a lot of the time.
Yeah, but you can fly. You're not a hit scan. So, like, you can come over here and you can fly up here or whatever and shoot some shit from here to start out.
Oh,
Just
true.
always run straight at them is like, even though it is like a nice engage, not always, you don't always have to do that one. Okay, you're really mobile in this fight. That's pretty good. Running him down. Very nice. So we were pretty mobile in that fight right from the beginning, and we quickly changed our position and moved. We got a kill. Now right here, we killed the guy. We did some good. We've done some good. What should you do? Tell me.
Move to that other high
Where?
ground.
Yes, yeah. Go over here somewhere. However you want to do it. Go
Or I
this
could
way.
just
Try
keep
this
in-
one.
Keep in
Yeah.
flank by going in that other room.
Yep. Do this one maybe. Whatever you want. Do something else.
Yeah, I try to avoid going on the same angle as my other DPS.
Yeah, here we are. We effectively haven't moved. I mean, we've gotten closer to them, but we're still exactly in the same lane as we were before, where they're expecting us.
Yeah.
Okay, owned. Get shit on. Nice.
And
Good. Good.
yeah, I stay Pharah a bit for here, but then I swap D.Va, so I go Mei. But
Yeah.
next point, I stay on Pharah again.
Yeah, let's just watch this last fight. See if it's the same kind of thing. So we're kind of hovering right here, doing our damage from here.
I just don't. This point's really hard because you just can't go up, and then I try to use orbital, and then
Yeah, and see, that's going to punish you a lot more for your playstyle of Fire, where you're very static. Like this whole time, you're kind of just playing right here over and over. The thing is about this, yeah, it's more constricted, but at the same time, you still have lots of places that you can maneuver to and do things from. But now you're in a more constricted area, and you're still kind of just hovering in one spot. So it's going to be extra
yeah, and then it's
punishing.
just GG.
And now they have a D.Va too, so he can, like, once he memorizes or if you get his attention enough times, he's going to learn where you are and punish you. So that's your biggest thing, honestly. From just a quick look at the Pharah, not bad, honestly.
Yeah,
But,
for Nintendo Switch.
Yeah,
I
for
don't think
Nintendo
it's
Switch,
horrible.
it's not at all what I expected. That's pretty good. But I would, I
Nice.
strongly warn you, do not fucking, you need to move. Okay.
True. Good coaching, GG.
Okay, this one is Masters 2 Ball. I stopped playing Ball for 2 seasons combined with taking a general break and ranking up my tank in general. You said, okay, general. And I really can't play Ball on my main anymore without inting. Someone please bully my Bronze 6 Ball gameplay. Okay. What did I just read? Okay, so we're trying to get better at Ball. This is a higher rank code. Did I copy it? Yes. How many more of these do I have? Just a few more. Okay, I'll do like the rest of the ones that are currently up here. Ugh. Open the chat here. Okay. You must be Grim. I'm assuming you're Grim. Are you in here anymore? Oh, you know. Let's roast this guy. So, we're a Ball player. We love it. We love being Ball. The main thing on Ball is that most of your value comes from rolling through people and rolling through them well and rolling through them by surprise and slamming people sometimes too. The worst mistake I normally see on Ball is overusage of the guns. They use the guns at the wrong time. Guns are good for finishing off targets, or if you find a target that you're pretty much completely certain that you can murder to death with your gunfire just by yourself, then you're pretty good. But otherwise, we want to look for good roll-throughs all the time. And we want to use lots of time to keep setting up. What is going on with somebody's mic in here? I'm going to server mute that person for the next VOD. Okay. Sorry, I missed your initial engage. My bad. I'm going back. Okay, we see Doomfist. I don't like that. Scary guy. Not super favorable for Ball. Cool. Kind of lame, but we just didn't really see anyone, so whatever. Sort of lame that you went for the slam there on the dude who's like, it's only one guy, it's just a tracer, it's probably not going to hit. Probably don't need to do that. Look at this. This is... Yeah. You can kind of do this with your guns, but what I would prefer here, this is already something that bothers me. So Yeah, you show up because you I think you triggered Fireball to get up here or something. How did you get your hook on cooldown? Oh, you try to boop that guy. I see. Okay, I see. Somewhat worth because you didn't see this yet. Okay, so you can shoot your guns a little bit at these guys, but honestly, I wouldn't bother. You don't need to. What'd probably be more valuable for you is a very quick rotate over here, set yourself up for a nice grapple, and then as these guys, whatever happens here, you know, the battle's happening, but as these guys are disengaging or getting low or trying to move this way, you come in with a quick bam into slam, and they're super, super fucking dead, right? How do you know to do that? Well, what you're thinking about on ball is that you have to always remember the vast majority of your value is always coming from your ability to boot people and set up to boot people again and boot people more. It's not really ever going to be from your gun. So I'm not pulling out my gun unless the target is like very, very low HP so that the gun will finish them very, very quickly. Even in this case, right? We have 2 DPS on the guy. If I just shoot him, right? No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's not even that good. The only other time I'm really using my gun is if I know somebody's like giga isolated. So like, let's say I caught this Zen coming out of spawn, I slam him or something like that, and I know he's giga isolated. I'm going to shoot that guy to fucking death. Okay? But other than that, I very rarely am just going to use my... Or you can do like the thing, like the ball tech where you like, you fly up, you see a guy, like identify squishy, and then you like strafe the shit out of him in the head with your guns as you're falling, and then you slam on top of him to kill him. I don't know if you know that one, but that's a good one. You probably do at your rank. I would say you probably do it a lot. But so here, that's fine. But here, you don't get the Zen and the Ana. You just get the Zen. You don't actually prevent your Vendetta from dying, even though you're shooting the entire time. Now we get the Ana. Our guy almost dies. It could have been a disaster. It could have been a lot cleaner. And most of it kind of just comes from, like, Mr. Guns. Now here, good time for guns, right? Completely isolated target. You know he's isolated, so gun him all you want. I don't care. And then be careful, too, as ball. Now, right there, I don't care too much, but be a little careful about accidentally putting... Because I'm pretty sure this is how it works. When you put your grapple on cooldown longer, that's not a good way to start the sentence. If you fireball, I'm pretty sure it puts your grapple on cooldown for longer than if you don't fireball. And retract and things like that. So be very careful, especially when the engagements are soon to be had. Like, there's definitely some engagement future in, like, to not, like, fireball around like this when you could just roll out normally. Or even retract yourself as you're getting out to a better position. And, like, you're not going to take the damage. You're going to be fine. Okay, too fast, dude. Use third-person camera, please. Look. I have already made your decision on how you're rolling through these guys before you've seen these guys. You've seen one of these guys. You've seen the Genji on the side. You see that there's a Genji there. But he's not a very good target for me, right? I have not seen these guys yet. And I want to get a roll through on the enemy team. The thing is, look at the position they're in. Is this really that good for, like, you don't have, who's here, right? Nobody's really here on my team. And then this, more importantly, is just not a great place to roll through, right? There's this annoying shit in the way they can hide behind and stuff. It's not a particularly good location. A lot of time on ball, you need to use your camera. Yeah, you could roll through Zen on low ground and slam, maybe. And then they save him, and then, okay. And then they keep going. It's a little bit better. But what I'm trying to get at is that a lot of time in the ball, using your third-person camera to stalk the enemy and make good decisions is good. And a lot of times you'll get in trouble, like, kind of just overdoing it, right? We could go on these guys, but it's probably going to be worse for us than it is going to be for them. You're going to go through these guys, and even in a really nice roll-through happen here where they completely ent their brains out and don't notice you, and you hit all 3 of these dudes and slam the Ana, you're not killing anyone. They're all going to be full health in like 3 seconds. And they're going to shit on your head. They're going to shit on your butt. They're going to discord you. They could sleep you. They can do all this nasty shit. You could literally die. It's everybody there. Now, if you let them walk forward, what are they going to do? They're going to walk into this juicy hallway of death and doom where you can like literally swing off the ceiling like and double boop them like 3 times, right? You could own them in that spot. So a lot of ball gameplay is think about where you'd like to roll through the enemy team. Where do you like to? When is it necessary? When is it not? You have to make these decisions. No more autopilot, just I'm going blind around the corner. Anybody who happens to be here is in my way. I'm going to get him, even though this is a shit fucking... like, what is that? Oh, this guy has offered himself to you. Very good. You found you. I don't know. You're magic. You're made out of pure magic. See, like right here, what the fuck are you doing? Look at what you're doing. You're like, I would like to do damage to myself, actually. Genji deflecting my face. I'm gonna pull up my guns and shoot him. Like, when has that ever made sense? Why not just literally get back into your little form and go set up for your next engage? Like, if you were doing that already, you could have been on this guy when he's trying to get out. Damage is damage, yes, including the ones to myself. Careful with the guns, right? I know he's kind of isolated, but he's a hero that lives. Once he's shown you he's going to live, we're already getting back into our car, and we're driving for the next engage, and we're putting some thought into it, right? Look at you. Look at you. You're not putting thought into this. You're seeing low health Genji, who's already kind of escaped from you because you kind of fucked up how you should have played this with the guns. And now you're trying to force this on him, and what's going to happen to you? Boom, Discord Orb. Oh, I guess I forgot about that. I forgot about Discord Orb, the most powerful anti-tank cooldown in the game. Oh, I guess I forgot about Doomfist that shits on you and pushes you into the wall and prevents you from ever making a play in your life. Okay. You know what? You're magic. You're going to win every game you ever play. Just fucking, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. Oh, I can't. Yeah, so summary for you on ball. From the quick things that I notice, you need to put those guns away more, have some discipline with how you're planning to use them. Most important thing for you, though, that I saw from the first fight, from the second fight, and from the third fight that happened outside, which isn't even really a fight, just you rolling through them, you need to put more thought into where you'd actually like to roll through the enemy team and see some people first, even with your third-person camera, spy on them a little bit. You're just literally, I can just tell from looking at you, you're just going on vibes all the time. So that's why we chase that Genji down there. That's why we chase that Genji down there when we definitely shouldn't be able to kill him. And you kill him anyways because Doomfist is bad. All Doomfists are bad. It is known. You shouldn't be able to kill him. You shouldn't be able to kill that Zen in the previous engagement where you just roll through their entire team solo by yourself and then they just like sleep you and decide not to damage you and then leave you alone with the Zen. You're getting rewarded for that there, but that's definitely going to punish you. You're just going in blind. So see people with your spying and yeah, don't take a bunch of unnecessary damage by shooting them with your guns so much. Okay, a couple more. This one is Plat 5 Domina on Havana. Domina, hey? Okay. I didn't know anybody played this character. Alright, you must be King Jaron. Alright. Domina. You are a character that gets a lot of passive value. So, to do that, we need to play cover, right? And we need to shoot people in the head. Look at you. Alright? You are standing where there is no cover anywhere. There is, first lesson for you. Please stand next to a piece of cover. Thank you. Alright, next 5. No, okay. You need to stand next to a piece of cover. And then, the problem is, if you stand here, you're going to use your shield, right? You have no reason to use that resource. I want you to value your resources. You can just play next to cover, use your shield HP, which you have a ridiculous amount of shield HP, right? That just generates back over time. Your actual HP that's blue down there. That's what it means. It regenerates over time. So you can play cover, and all you have to do is hide and cover for 1 second, and immediately you're getting tons of health back from shields. Okay? And then you can use your shield to actually stop the damage when it's like less avoidable than I can just hide and cover. Maybe I need to contest something, right? I don't want you just walking up here and just plop down my shield like a lazy ass. Okay, at least you didn't do that. Now it's up. Still kind of a... This is not bad for shield because the guy kind of wants to push and do something here. I still might wait a little bit, right? Because what meaningful damage have I taken from anyone, right? I'm chilling. Nothing's happened. I don't even see really any enemies. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But I don't see anything, right? If I don't see anything, I'm not taking any damage. I'm happy to kind of greed it for a little bit, right? I'm going to greed some of that shield. I'm going to use some of my shield HP, some cover usage maybe if I need to. And I'm just going to out passive value this guy because I'm Domino. Why does Domino get a lot of passive value? Your gun hits like a truck. And it's long range, longer than every other tank. It does more damage than most every tank. So you just shoot them, shoot them, shoot them, shoot them, shoot them. This guy is trolling his brains out. Nice, and that's your competition, my friend. That's your competition right there. Can you? I'm just gonna show you this guy from. It's so good, dude. Look, look, look. Here he comes. The brave Zarya charging again. He's not using any cover either, but that doesn't make it okay for you. But look, he's charging forth. The brave Zarya dancing around in the literal most open place on the map he could find. I could not put this person in a worse position. Literally, if I had like God mode and I could drag and drop him anywhere, I could not put him in a worse position. Okay? That is your competition. You cannot lose to this. It's not allowed. I forbid it. Okay, look at the damage you're taking. Boom. All this damage. Ah, hurt. Pain. You're being the Zarya. You're standing in the middle of the fucking open. This is insane. This is an insane problem. Fix this. Everything you can do from this kind of stuff, you will do by taking literally way less damage. If you just play these corners, play these things in here, do this kind of stuff, right? Then, oh, no, this guy's attacking me. I shoot him, make him go away. Oh, I'm getting pressured. I put my shield down. Okay? You're just like playing around the open, just having fun. I like to be shot. I like to take damage. I like to walk in disruptor shot. Oh, there. Now I'm going to do both. I'm also going to go say hi to Shion and get my fucking headshot. Okay. Yeah, I mean, probably that's what we're going to talk about. I mean, that's probably it. Nice stun. Yep, you shoot him to death with your powerful magnum. Good. So let's see if you play cover here. Let's see if you ever play cover. Here we are. We're near cover. We have a long-range gun that hits him from cover where we're nice and safe, and we can do just as much as we're doing. We instead insist on... It insists upon itself, Lois. It insists upon itself. That's you. You're that. Better now. Better now. We're at the corner. So, like, your brain at least knows what a corner is, but it is blind. Here's your problem. You have, like, only corner vision. You're like a dinosaur that can only see corners or something. But any other piece of cover is oblivious to you. So, that is free SR, as they say. Look at you. Look. Oh, the corner's not there anymore. Guess I'm back to the street. I'm back on the streets again. Right? That's all. I mean, that's probably all for this. That's such a big one. That's like so much free SR. If you just can stop doing that on literally every tank you play, just play the cover pieces. Literally, I'm not even joking. I literally want you. Okay, you figured out corners. You know that. Do this, but here, and here, and here, and these different spots. And like, oh no, I'm getting pushed off the corner. I'm gonna go to this next one and do it from here. Right? Right? That's what you need to do. I mean, that one is very, very egregious. Eye bleach. Somebody show me a good code. Ball on circuit. Quick play into 4 counter. And then you have the code here. Ball on circuit. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. And we have, I think, 3 more after this to get through. Jag! The ball player. Everybody knows Jag for playing ball. Echo and I agreed to go over the top of the start. I think you're telling me that because it's going to go poorly. All right. Okay, you guys are idiots. You're both idiots. This probably Echo, maybe more of an idiot. Blaming the Echo frame 1, yeah. Yeah, well, you guys are both dumb. If you're going to do this over the roof thing ever, it's probably nice if at least a couple of your teammates are out of spawn. Nah, I'd win. Yeah, you're true. You're true. All right, 2 versus 5. Let's go. Oh, wait, wrong POV. There we go. So you kind of wanted to take it a little bit more patient. You want to take it a little more patient, I saw. But the Echo's blown your cover. So you're like, fuck it, I'm going. And I'm going straight in with the slam, too. I'm not going to do any type of roll through or anything. I'm going straight for the slam. You know, I have the most beautiful roll through setup. Right into the most obvious one, right above the character who's the best at making you stop, known as Ana. Known as Sigma. Oh! We dodged the rock. You know what's good? I love to Oh god. Oh god. This is a good use for guns though, because he's antied and low health. He's antied and low health. You're gonna do it again. You're gonna go over their head and you're gonna slam them. You're making me sad. You are making me sad. You're making me cry. Tears of dust. Okay, nice. We booped the guy. We hit him with a boop. Good. Good. Good, yes. Better. Yeah! Yeah! Double boop! Very nice. Random slam on the Sigma. Is this valuable? Okay, yeah, owning. Big health trade, did a good job. But now I have to use adaptive shields and lose even more. Because I decided I want to slam the Sigma for like no damage. Now I don't have my slam immediately when I want to do my next thing. I'm still low health. I don't care. I'm ball. I'd win. That's the Jag mentality. Amazing. You had 100 years to make this boop work and you failed. You had 100 years! Ah! Okay. Okay. Please don't roll through them straight from the front, whatever you do. Yeah, shoot him. Yeah. Shoot that guy. You know what you just did? Look at this. This guy, he shouldn't have messed with you, this guy. Because watch. Look at that. Bullets. Oh. Yeah, that's what he gets. Okay, rolling through them straight from the front. I like that you turn it off there. At least you have some responsibility. At least you have some responsibility. But please, you've had a million years to set up anywhere on the map that you want with nobody who can chase you. So just go take the space and then come for much more threatening roll-throughs into your team. That could potentially be a double boop on this guy, right? Grab this, bam, bam, if you want to. Or bam, bam, that way, if you want to. Much more valuable than running straight at them. Okay, never mind. He slept you. Why? Why are you gunning this guy? Oh, God. Why are you gunning this guy? Yes, good job. Yes. Yes. So, you can tell I get pissed when you use your gun, right? Why? Because when all this time you've been gunning and getting their attention here or whatever, you'd be doing way more damage and way more disruption and having way more impact if you would just use this time, this million years that you have while you're shooting him. You know he doesn't have sleep. You could literally bam, 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 all three of them, slam, slam, slam. No getting slept. And then you could just leave, but then come back and boot them all again because they try to take that space again. I feel like he, yeah, I always feel like he has sleep. Yeah, Ana would be really, you're right. If Ana would be insanely good if her sleep had a 1 second cooldown. That would be very powerful. She'd still be worse than Kiri. Oh, don't get distracted by that guy. What are you doing? Why are you looking at him? I don't like it you're looking at him. What are you planning here? What are you scheming, Jag? What are you scheming? You want to boop him into the minefield? How's that going to work? You know what? Just show me. I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to see it. I have faith. Oh, no. You want to boop him into your team. You want to boop him in your team. Well, okay. How's that going to work? Okay, still, same question. How? Not from here, right? Maybe if you come from here? Yeah. Makes sense. Oh, yeah, that's true. You guys are right. Yeah, so obviously, yeah, what I'm getting at, go do more useful things somewhere if you want, or you can disengage the fight completely. Or if you want to go for the boop on the Sigma, then all it takes, like, do I need to explain to you how to, like, line yourself up to hit a guy? Oh, you're doing something. I thought you were going to leave. Okay, random gun usage, not needed. Right? Why is this gun usage terrible? Why is this terrible? So we've slammed this dude inside of a tree of life with two supports looking at him. So why is it terrible to pull out your gun here? Well, enemy team has tons of damage capability, and we're currently kind of in the center of them. They have CC ability, nade ability, double CC ability even. Okay? Yeah, we're pulling out our guns, exposing our precious little... We're going to expose our precious little hamster, our gentle little guy. Look at him. He's a gentle little guy. We're going to expose him to harm, and for what? So that you can do 10 damage to Hanzo? Even that? Not even that? Rather, I would see you just literally... You could slam that guy if you really want to, but he's in a tree of life. So honestly, I'd save the slam. Yeah, you're dead. You're dead for it. I would rather you keep the pace up. keep the pace going in the game, right? Keep setting up on new places to get new roll-throughs and spying on the enemy team. That time spent spying on them, even though you're not technically doing damage, you're basically not doing damage anyway to Hanzo. You did 10 damage to him that was instantly healed. Instead, you're better off setting up for the next big roll-through, because that's what's going to get all the value and damage in your character. Jagami love explosion the hamster to the horrors of the world. Yeah, I know. Jesus. It's sometimes more egregious. Oh, very nice. Very good roll-through. Put the guns away. Good. Now you pull the guns out on the Ana. Very smart because he's low. But, yeah, put the guns away. Yes, 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 yes. No! Think about, like, you're going too fast, man. This isn't a hard hero. Look. The enemy's there. Okay? You are so eager that to try to I gotta do something right now, right? That we're just ruining what could be the most amazing and horrific setup on the enemy team that's ever occurred on Circuit Royale. Go over here, grab this thing, come back and knock every member of their team into your team with boop damage. Then slam them and win the game. Okay? Instead, you're so eager, you just are, again, floating into the Sigma. The same angle, slamming in front of their whole team and using your guns. Waste of time. You just let them recover from the most ultimate terrible mistake ever. Get this off of my screen. Okay. Lesson for you, very similar to the other guy. You need to... for you, I would slow down a little bit. I don't know how much fun you're having when you're playing. If you're trying just to have fun, you're just memeing and joking around because it's quick play, more power to you. But obviously, in terms of just what I got to see there, your problem is you got to roll through people way more. You got to think about your next roll-throughs way more. You got to use your guns a lot less, unless it's like killable targets, isolated targets, that kind of thing. But mostly, I want you to just think about like how much value you could get rolling through people, and not just slamming on their face. Like when you get above people, like you keep getting in a position where you're like swinging over people, right? And you have this big bird's eye view of their whole team. From there, you can shoot your gun from the air down on people and get a bunch of damage, and then slam them if you want to do that, right? If you want to just naked slam them, at least pull out your guns while you're falling, right? And you're shooting them 40 bullets all the way down, shooting them in the head, and then you slam them, and maybe it's a kill with a melee or something like that. But other than that, we don't want to just naked slam onto their team and then just like awkwardly roll away and use our fireball and put ourselves on cooldown, right? What would be better is you're going across the air like that, right? And now you've set up behind the enemy team. And that means in 3 seconds, you're about to come back through with the fury of God. You're going to boop them all up into the air, and then you're going to slam them, and then you're going to fucking kill them with your whole team. Okay, what's this one? GM5 Reinhardt Lijiang Tower. Biggie cheese. Biggie cheese. Okay, hold on. Hold on.
One and only.
I need my aim satisfaction. Yeah, you'll get that aim satisfaction flying through the air as ball and shoot. That's the most satisfying thing mechanically you can do on ball, besides obviously the text or whatever. But you want to fly through the air, and then you're just tracking somebody beautifully in the head as you land on them. You're doing 150 damage with your gun, and then you slam them and they die. It's really cool. It's really awesome.
Maybe get Spilo back for this.
Where is he? He is not anywhere to be found.
Yeah,
Okay, roasting biggiest cheesiest. This is GM5 or Reinhardt.
This was a game.
Here is the game. So, Lijiang Tower, pretty nice. Love when I throw fire strikes at people I can't see. That's good.
Yeah.
We threw 2. We threw both our fire strikes at people. All right. Yes. Very nice. Okay. What is your objective as a Reinhardt? What's the most important thing you need to do?
Not lose your shield.
Yeah, not lose all of your shield, right? And ideally not lose all of our armor. If we can do both of those at the same time and get to the enemy team without losing all of our shield and all of our armor, that's the basics of Ryan, right? We win the game. Because once we're inside their team with all of our shit, if we can make it that far somehow, we're the best character in the game. But if we're not, we're the worst character in the game. We're so bad if we don't do that. Okay, so nice. We've got a lot of our shield back here. We got a lot of our armor here. Let us see. Oh, God. Nice trap from that guy, honestly. He threw it just behind you. Nice pin. Pretty decent. Don't do this. Don't do this. I mean, maybe do this. But honestly, like, you're pretty safe here. Yeah, okay, I think you're wanting to save your guy. Yeah, you're trying to save your guy. That's fine. Never mind. I take it back. Okay, nice. Nice. Pooling resources. Now, there is a choice to be made on Reinhardt, and I think that you are not making it. one thing you want to do in between fights like this, or when you have a moment, it's really good. Obviously, we just talked about pull up your shield, pull up your armor. Whenever you have those things, especially when they have to come to you, so good, so fucking good. Really hard to defeat Reinhardt. But the thing is that also makes Reinhardt good is these little, it's relatively new, new to Overwatch 2 or whatever. See that little number above your fire strike down there? You need that number to say 2 at least once in this game, right? Your problem right now. One of the problems I'm seeing from you is that you're always throwing out as many fire strikes as you can, kind of into garbage. Like, let's look at your last one. So we're getting this nice fire strike, right? We're taking this time to pool our resources, right? We want big resources on Reinhardt, especially with fire strikes increasing in value now with faster velocity. You have a serious murder threat to people having 2 fire strikes loaded in the bank, right? That's so much damage coming so fast at them that could delete people and completely ruin the fight for them if you use them at the right times. But what I see from Reinhardt's, especially Reinhardt's, that are like around the Masters level, this weird nagging habit, Masters, GM, that kind of, they have this nagging habit of just literally tossing their fire strikes into the ether. Look, watch. I don't see a fucking enemy on my screen. Now you see the Zen through the wall.
Oh, there's a Zen.
Yeah. You see him through the wall there. So, you know, with your wall hacks, it's good. But normally, yeah, probably wouldn't use that. Because right now, guess what I'd have? 2 fire strikes. Now I'm powerful. Now I'm Gigas Chattius. 2 fire strikes, I'm feeling very powerful to fight anything in the game. Full shield, oh, that's feeling good. Oh, full armor, pretty nice. Why? 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 You insist! You insist on it! It insists upon itself, Lois. I'm going to throw the fire strike at the guy who's clearly escaped. Because you know what that tells me is you don't fucking give a shit about your fire strikes. You just don't value them. Very nice. Very nice. Good fire strike on that guy. Let's save a second one, please. You threw it at nothing! There's a replay bug. You can't see them, guys. They're kind of invisible, but he just threw it right here at nothing. Hoping that somebody would walk into it. Hoping that they're like Diamond and they just walk into fire strikes and take damage for free. Biggie Cheese here doesn't see fire strikes for any of their value, especially with the buff. He sees them as like a way to generate ult charge and to just like poke at people randomly. They have value.
Reinforced deck is just throw them out. It's
Yes. Just throwing fire strikes out.
2016 techs.
Yeah. Good time to pin, honestly. Oh, but it doesn't go well. Yeah. He was so low, and I think if you kill him, he doesn't hit you with that conk and the thing in Discord. You probably still die, but maybe you could like shield to the Mega or something. I think that was a good time to pin. Your team was losing. But I think your team was kind of losing because we weren't really getting very much value. We're just kind of standing around throwing fire strikes at kind of nothing. Save the fire strikes and go for like a committed action as Reinhardt. You had your armor and your shield. Do something with it. The enemy has to come to you. That's really powerful for you. Because normally the hard part of playing Rein is how do I get to these guys without losing everything I own? That guy is the most creative Junkrat. Okay, so very good. So see how you got to them. Now, obviously you were at an advantage, but see how you got to the enemy and you had all of your shield and you had all of your armor. Now we didn't have all of our fire strikes, right? Because I can't even find a time in the fucking replay where you have them. You're just throwing them. Yeah, you're just tossing them into the fucking wall right there. Good job. Good job. Yep, no fire strikes. Now I guess it's time to push. I used all my fire strikes now, so now I can move faster or something. You get some movement speed bonus when you have no fire strikes available. Okay? But still, so we came here, we had all our shield, all our armor. This is good from you. Now, that means this guy can blast you with a Riptire, and you actually live. And then you still have all the shield, right? So they put so much bullshit into you, but you won the game as Reinhardt. Winning the game as Reinhardt means getting to the enemy with all my resources. You're just missing a key resource, really. You're just tossing this shit around where you're putting so little thought in it that you are wasting ult charge you could be gaining, even if you were using it for poke, right? Because you're putting so little thought into it, you're not actually hitting very many of them. A lot of them are missing because there's just really easy ones you could get, but you're so eager to throw them. But the other thing is you're never pooling them up to make a play. Just like, I think you're familiar, yes, with the concept of I want to get my armor, I want to get my shield for when I walk, right? For GM, I would expect you to have... For GM, I would expect you to have that knowledge. And Pen is also a good resource, right? But add fire strikes to that because it's just like the same thing. I want to pool resources, unless they make you use it, right? But otherwise, I'm going to pool resources so that when I get there, I have this big explosive play, because that's the core of Reinhardt. And right now, you're probably losing games because you're never having fire strikes when you get to the enemy. So people are getting out of your range. They're kiting you. They're knocking you around. They're CCing you, and you can't finish them off, and blah, blah, blah. And you're not getting that much damage out of them because you're careless with them. That's it. Okay, next one.
I'd win.
True.
Oh.
Okay, this is the last one. This is M1 Reinhardt main playing Zarya. Okay. Okay, and that's all it says. Oh wait, the more help the better. Any tips will help. It's 6v6. Oh, disgusting. Disgusting. Okay, 6v6. The good thing about 6v6 is that all the players who play it are not good. So, you have an advantage if you're good. You could do literally whatever you want, and you'll probably be kicking their ass. Where are you? Are you in this code? What am I looking for? M1 Reinhardt main playing Zarya. Somebody find the Zarya, please. Is it this one? Turn this off. Yes, it's this one. Wait, am I getting DMs? No, I'm not. It's this guy. Biggie Cheese, are you still here? No, he's gone. All right, Reinhardt again. Name of the game, still in 6v6. Your name of the game is still, I want to close the distance onto the enemy and get as close as I can to them without taking poke, because I want to preserve my armor, I want to preserve my shield, right? So when you're standing here, yeah, just in the open for no reason, looking at the enemy team, you're making me nervous. Yes, because what are we doing? We're not getting any closer to them. We're not making any effort to preserve our shield or our armor, right? Like, we're putting up our shield, but that's just going to make our shield take damage, right? That's not our objective. I don't want my shield to take damage. I want to get to them with my shield and my armor so that I can swing on them and hit them with fire strikes. That's what Ryan's really good at. So you being this far away for no reason doesn't make sense to me. I would prefer, you know, maybe you could look for a second, but you've been hanging out here. I'd prefer you start closing, right? You could walk somewhere like this, because you're always looking for these avenues of approach as Ryan, where how can I get close to them without taking poke? Ideally, sneaky is good. Sometimes you can't be sneaky. Sometimes you'll be forced to cross space where you must spend some shield or some armor. Normally, Pen can help you with that, right, to cross space. But yeah, so this is making me nervous. You're kind of standing here. And you had all that time to close the distance to the enemy team. You didn't do it. Your Junkrat expected you to do it, because a normal Reinhardt would do that by now, would be at the enemy team at least doing something. Do you have any damage done? No, 0. Many teammates of yours have 0 damage. Interesting. So first thing, yeah, please get close to the enemy team. You could have been there distracting them, and then Junkrat makes a big play, gets a kill, all because you literally didn't just like fart around for a while. Good. Ow. Owned by Rock? Yeah. Oh, Zarya now. All right. Reinhardt, trash character. Zarya better. So main thing with Zarya that I see go wrong. What is Bubble used for? Bubble, easiest ability in the game, like easiest tank to play in the game. I gotta say, this has to be the easiest tank to play in the game, by far. You have 1 cooldown, and the only thing that really makes it 2 cooldowns is that you can put it on an ally. Yeah, you're not allowed to do that. Never do that. I mean, maybe you're a 6v6 player, so I guess you could kind of do that. Honestly, I wouldn't. Oh, wait, you have to in 6v6, I think. I think you have to in 6v6. I think you have self-bubble and other person bubble in 6v6. So never mind. You're going to have to use it on your tank sometimes. Kind of sucks for Zarya. But anyways, what are bubbles for? Bubbles are for taking space and performing actions and not dying, okay? That means bubbles are not for getting charge. Look what you do right here. This is the most noob Zarya mistake in the world. Watch this right here, everybody. Look. We walk up to the enemy team. They start looking at us, and then we turn on our bubble. Like, please shoot this bubble. That is not what this cooldown is for, and you can see very clearly here, yes, enemy not shooting bubble, because they can just not do that. You're like, people have this stupid fucking thing in their head where like, oh, you guys are gonna stop shooting the Zarya bubble. That's why she's owning us. Like, stop shooting bubbles. No, a good Zarya is not doing this shit where like they're offering the enemy team to shoot the bubble, right? A good Zarya is forcing the enemy team to shoot the bubble, right? You are forcing the enemy team to shoot your bubble or die. So you use it to take space. You use it to take actions. None of this. Delete this from your gameplay. This is terrible. You're just sitting here wasting your biggest cooldown in the game that you use to do all of your tanking and all of your damage and everything that you do. You're using it on getting 5 charge in the distance, far away. Now we're here in front of this guy's face. What would be a nice cooldown to have, would you probably say? Anybody got any ideas of what's a good cooldown here? Probably your bubble. That guy decides that you get to live today. And that he... 6v6, man! What is this? What am I see? What am I see, chat? Oh my god. Nice. Okay, burn him to death. Good. Alright, next fight. Yeah, and you can use the friendly bubble however you want in 6v6. Now, in 5v5, you don't use friendly bubbles. That's for noobs. For 6v6, just I think whenever he's in there, just throw it on him. I don't care. Just throw it on him anytime, every time. And then on yourself, you use your own bubble to take space. Okay. Man, this is this is a harder character in 6v6 because the biggest mistake Zaryas make is bubbling their teammates, as well as just sitting there and trying to use it for charge. But they bubble their teammates way too much, and the problem is that this character encourages you in 6v6 to bubble teammates because that's all you can do with that ability. So you're gonna be kind of encouraged to spam it. We'll say don't use it on your DPS. Even if they're about to die, I would rather you put bubbles onto your tank and do plays with your tank. It's probably wise. It's probably wise. Man. Okay, next fight. Cool. See how you've done this again? So you just turn on your bubble. Like, you're already at a piece of cover. You're already waiting out high noon. You've just turned on your bubble. It's almost like it's turning itself on and you can't control it. Honestly, that's what it looks like. It looks like there's a little gremlin that's like hanging out on your suit that keeps pressing the button that turns on your bubble, and you can't like they're just like overpowering you all the time and pressing it and screwing you up. That's what it looks like. Because you see how you got no charge from that? Like, they're not idiots. Yeah, but that's what the thing is. It's not what it's for. When you use it to take space, such as right now, right? We're taking space and fighting a guy. When you use bubble this way, you will always gain charge from it, right? You're always going to gain a ton of charge when you use bubble correctly. So you get them both at the same time. Don't be concerned with, I'm sitting there at low charge, I need to get new charge. Oh, you know what? Jag got me in a lie. That's right. Everybody in 6v6 is dumb. Okay, good. I like this kind of cover usage. This is the very common thing on Zarya. You get some charge and you literally hang out on a piece of cover like this and you beam anybody who's in your range. Okay. Now in 5v5, I would see that Cassidy and I would walk towards him with both of my bubbles and make sure that he dies. Probably just one is necessary, but I have 2, so I can also get out. Here you only have 1, so you can't really reach for him, but that's fine. You can literally just sit here and burn this. You don't have to do anything fancy, right? Literally just stand here where you're safe and burn this guy to death. You do so much damage. You have cover. You're not taking damage. Burn him to death. When he backs up or starts blocking, you kill the Cassidy behind him, right? But that's a huge gameplay loop for this character, is you just stand there at a piece of cover and you're burning them with the laser until you need to use your bubble on something. So don't bubble too early. Very nice. Very nice. They tried to disrupt it the best they could, but we walk forward finally. Own them. So yeah, biggest thing for you is probably going to be just wasting bubbles for no reason all the time. We're probably about to do it right here. So we just use one on the Moira who's not at risk of dying. We've used one on ourselves just because we've appeared here for a second. We've just decided using our bubble on ourselves. And what's the problem? Well, now they can just push us and kill us, really. You have no bubbles. You've just shown them you have no bubbles. But it's because we're just kind of using it up here. Why? I guess to gain charge. You're not taking any space. You're not performing an action. You're just shooting them from cover. You can do that without your bubble. There's no bubble needed for shoot from cover. And like, he's afraid. And they're all afraid. But you're dead. I don't think anything's saving you. Right there. If they just swing and walk after you, you're so dead. Look at you. Look at you. Look! Look! Bubble is turned on. Yes. I'm not performing any action, right? I'm just turning on my bubble in the opens. It's that gremlin again, damn it. Turn on my bubble. I need to get this thing fixed. Putting a random bubble on a teammate there, okay. You wonder why you're at 0 charge right now? Because all of your bubbles are trying to get charge. You are trying to get charge with every bubble, every single one, and you're getting no charge at all. Okay? Remember this forever. Because this is a lesson to... Oh, God. That's a lesson to all Zaryas. It's like, if you use bubbles right to take space or to perform actions, like to push people and stuff, you will get a bunch of charge. But if you're trying to get charge, it's just up to the enemy if they make a mistake. If you're just trying to, like... Unless it's like a Sojourn Disruptor on the ground. But even then, I use it there. Now I can't use it to walk the guy, right? I have to use it there on the floor for no reason. You will get the charge. I promise. No! No, why? We're not performing an action. We're just standing there shooting him. Why do we need to stand there and bubble? Ay, ay, ay. Okay, let's finish this fight. And bubble after we get entered. Okay. So, find a place of cover. Burn him with the laser. That's it. That's all. You can throw... Whoops, wrong guy. You can throw the grav out when you get it. You bubble that guy because he goes in. That makes sense to me, right? Because he's performing an action, right? So it's the same concept. You don't bubble him just... You don't just randomly bubble some random guy in your team. Like, why are you doing it to yourself? Oh, my random teammate's taking no damage. I'm going to bubble him. No, you don't do that. You bubble this guy when he goes in, right? That makes way more sense. And see how he gets charged? Because he's doing something with it. So you know that part. You just don't know it for you. Nice. Don't be worried about the damage that you do with this. You do plenty of damage. Zarya with 0 charge can still kill people. It's just not good at killing people through healing. But you can still, like, apply damage. Panic grab. Did it get eaten by something? What happened? What happened to it? Okay. So... Alright, so, I need to show you something. This character right here, this is called Mizuki. Let me show you. Let me show you here. Alright, so this dude's pretty cool. He's one of the newer characters in the game. And he's got this chain ability, and he can throw his hat at people to heal them and himself. And then he has the aura that heals. But one of the coolest parts about this character is his ult. When he puts his ult down, it absorbs enemy projectiles, including things like Graviton Surge. Okay. Yeah, 95 DPS. Good, thank you, Jag. 95 DPS is literally 0 energy. Okay, I think that's all the codes. I think that's all the codes I'm doing for today. Oh, there's another one here. Sombra, Masters 3 Shion. Okay, I'll do one more. Masters Shion. Masters 3 Shion. Okay. On Hollywood. Let's see what your problem is. What's your problem, man?
Before you said I need to focus more on headshots, which I think I was trying to do this day.
Yeah, get some headshots.
Need to focus more on cover. I really thought about it because you mentioned about tracers. I don't think there was a tracer in this game, but every time there's been a tracer, I've like tried to put all my attention into cover.
How got gone?
And then
notice any difference in fighting them? A little easier or no?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they're not. You'd think there'd be more, I feel like, in Masters, but I guess... I don't know,
they're in hiding.
Yeah.
No, they're in hiding. They've gone into hiding.
Yeah.
Okay, Shion. So your hit scan, you do lots of nasty hit scan headshot damage. You don't do that much damage just shooting people in the body. But in the head, it's respectable. It's pretty good. Main thing for this character, pretty much, is like execute ability by surprise is like a huge amount of burst damage to set somebody up for their death, or to finish off tanks or do a lot of damage to tanks. It's very good. You have plenty of range most of the time to shoot like you can almost always shoot somebody like in the head
Yeah.
and be in range. And then you're really good at doing like these kind of like sneaky bike rotations after a fight has started. So kind of fight starts,
Yeah.
and you sort of want to, you do your poke probably for like a whole magazine's worth of poke and maybe a right click. And then
Yeah, and then look for like a reposition that also gets spike damage value.
yeah, exactly. And throwing it out for poke is also just fine. If you see good opportunities for poke bikes and you don't feel like it's safe, like you feel like it's pretty dangerous, it would be to go for a flank bike or something like that. Then you can just throw it at people and just get a good amount of burst damage.
Yeah.
Okay. So far making sense. Nice. You a little preemptive on driving the bike though. I'd say.
Yeah.
I wasn't really like confident there's anything cool gonna happen here with this bike yet.
Yeah, I think I was just thinking I want to go up the stairs, and then I lucked into a
Yeah,
Symmetra.
it just happens, yeah. Because right here, the first thing I'm thinking of here is we got pressure on Doomfist, we have pressure on point. Can I come
Yeah,
over
if I
here
bike
and continue some
that
pressure
way?
this way? Yeah. Can I find a
maybe
bike on
bike.
him, maybe now that his block is
Yeah.
over, and do some good damage to him and keep shooting him? That could be good. Your play's fine, though. It's not a big deal. Just a little early, I think, on the bike than I would have done. Okay. Yep. And we're just being nice and safe and doing our damage and rotting this guy to death. Very good. Very good. See, we're patient. We rot the Doomfist to death. Very nice. Okay, opening with the execute shot from a distance. You could have maybe waited a little bit longer to try to get the headshot accuracy, but not a big deal. See, this is what I meant about you need to aim for headshots more. It's like you're being lazy or something. Look. Since when in Overwatch does somebody come out where their head is down there?
Yeah. That's
This
just
was
pure feet.
yeah, this was the main thing I noticed when I was watching you briefly just the other day, just kind of casually while I was like smoking cigarettes, is you just had like you have poor crosshair placement.
Yeah.
That's it. So I had a guy like this recently that I was coaching as one of my clients. What I did for him was I told him, like, literally, I want you to, like, every encounter you get in all the time, I want you to be thinking about giving people haircuts. Like, you have to never turn that part of your brain off, always haircuts. And he had to just focus on that, like, literally for, like, a whole week.
Especially in Overwatch, the hitboxes are, like, deceptive. You can aim above their head, and it still
Yeah,
hits them.
exactly. Especially with the new projectile sizes and stuff like that. Now, with the right click, it's not as, it's a little less, it's a little smaller. They made it smaller part of the nerf. People are asking, Shion's best character in
I think it's the same
Gunslinger?
size as your primary now.
Yeah, it's just a little smaller. But yeah, you can still basically you're aiming at their hair, and you're gonna see if you can, like, see how, like, again, like, look at this. This is a big
yeah,
deal for playing a hit scan character. I know you play Freya, so it's like a little different because the headshots don't matter as much. But look here. So you just see your natural, like, however you're manipulating the mouse, what you're doing is causing you to always be staring at the floor on a character who needs the headshots to get the value. Like, just the difference between that shot being a body shot or a headshot changes how this engagement might unfold. He's probably
I think
going to
we're
leave
about to
soon.
see. We're about to see the worst spike of the game, I think. Here we go. Because the door's not open. Like, who closed this?
Right.
I went too early. The payload's not there.
Yeah,
so the
payload's
door's
not
closed.
there, and most importantly, it's like, did you follow the rules? The rule is typically most of
Like
the time.
after the fight has started.
Yeah, after the fight has started, because it's a long ass cooldown, so like you might not, if you use it to open, unless you can really confirm a kill, which I mean, normally when you're just biking into their face, it's not going to happen. Normally you want to save that bike, and you want to shoot them a little bit with your gun first, and then depending on how they react, you could chase them down with bike and kill them. If it's like, if it looks safe. If it doesn't look safe, you can keep shooting them, and you're just completely fine. Then you can, after they respond to that pressure, while enemy team is dealing with that pressure, right? Now you can bike to a new position onto somebody new as your team follows up, that kind of thing. But avoid that. Avoid, like, I'm fresh opening and bike, like fight starting and I'm immediately bike. And then a lot of times also you might want to, depending on where the enemy team is, you might want to hold bike coming out of spawn so that you have your bike ready for if you immediately need it. So like right here, I would love to have my bike while this is unfolding, right? While I'm poking these guys out and doing stuff, I'd like to have my bike as a choice to just like literally like go exploring. And then maybe I find this guy and one-shot his ass. Okay? No TP for you, dirty bitch. Yeah, get her.
Yeah, this should trap her. Oh yeah, here we go. Bike up the.
Yeah, that's how they get those cars and stuff into the mall. Okay, so not bad. Like a lot of the hit scan fundamentals and spacings are there. There's a little bit of inaccuracy. First thing I'm noticing is low crosshair placement, especially when you don't have a target. Now you're pretty good at flicking up to the target once the target's on your screen. Your mechanics and your aim is good, but your crosshair placement
Just the
is
initial.
yeah.
Like,
It's
before
costing
they
you
appear.
free headshots. Like, think about how many encounters we've already seen in this game. I think probably at least 5 encounters you've had with enemy heroes, where the first thing that you would have done to them is headshot them, but instead it was to body shot them. How much of an advantage is that in the game? That's a pretty nice advantage.
it's-
Like every
yeah, it's like
time.
it's minus 1 shot, right? On the break point, if you get like first one's a headshot instead of a body shot.
Yeah, every single fight you're immediately starting off with that much more psychological pressure on them too. They're seeing you for just an instant, and already they've lost a significant chunk of their health compared to the other way. And that could follow up with more headshots, right? If you're already on it, it's kind of easier to stay on it, right? You might get a second one. It changes the matchup so much with this character. It enables things like when people are more isolated, you could dash into them and right-click them to get that overhealth to tank for you while you right-click them close range and finish them off with melees and stuff. It allows you to bike right at them if you need to, or just continue shooting them down and relying on the fact that they're pressured so they're moving more predictably. But it changes a lot of these engagements out. So that's the first thing I'm noticing. Second thing I'm noticing is being a little bit more precise with the bike usage. It looks like your right-click usage is fine, I'd say. You could maybe be using it a little bit more. But, look, yeah. Own. So nice. You reacted pretty quick there. You probably could have biked first. Whenever possible to bike before your ult, I like to bike before the ult. I think that's probably better. You also could probably dash first. But honestly,
Yeah,
you
to
reacted
get the
pretty
extra
quick there.
HP.
Yeah, you wanted to react quick there. It's okay, but I still would like to see, like right there, let's bike first. Let's run the bike into them real fast. It costs you almost nothing, and then dash and then ult, because dash gives the overhealth, so you don't die immediately, and you're ulting them and owning them. That's under ideal circumstances. We don't always get that, but when we do, like in that situation you were in, headshots there would have killed him much faster. Like he was moving in a straight line. You're just aiming low. You're perfectly on target. You're just aiming low. Like. You're literally center mass, beautiful. Like if you just aimed like slightly higher, you'd be landing perfect headshots, even though it's a smaller target. Nice hit on the soldier. A little eager there, right? But still good. Nice. I like these aggressive positions too. It's good to ego on this character to squeeze more value out of it. Now here, mistake, right? Same mistake as before. What's wrong?
I think so. I wanted to, I think, go on the Wu Young, and then I got spooked by the Doom, so I just let go of it. But maybe I shouldn't have even used it early.
Yeah, exactly. Don't overdo it with this cooldown. There's nothing cool gonna happen here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, safe. Keep to the fundamentals of it, right? Most of the time you want to keep to the fundamentals of it. I want to force this guy down because he's just a free target to shoot, and it's convenient to shoot where I don't lose health shooting him. Force him down for a little bit, make him use some cooldowns, and then once he gives up space and my team's like actively fighting, in the mid fight, right, now we're looking for the bike rotation when we're much more likely to get kills because people will be low. We're much less likely to take a bunch of damage because people will be distracted. So we're going to land more bikes and we're going to get much more kills. But here you're putting yourself at risk, and even if you don't die from this because you're probably going to decide to run away, you're giving up your ability to bike later in the fight when you perfectly would need it. Like right as when you need it. Match. It's a whole chain of events that lures you to your demise. Nice, beautiful headshots. This angle works for you. Okay, so start from main, shoot some damage. And the fight's kind of, yep, exactly. So the fight's kind of gone on for a bit. Now it's perfect time to just go bike somebody that you find. Go kill him.
And the Sim was just kind of like homeless over there.
Yeah, he's just homeless. But like we can't like watch this. So you have your bike here, but from here you can't just get on your bike and go looking for Sim, right?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna die. It's not gonna work. And then if you cancel it, you lose your bike. If you decide to cancel and do something else, it's the same situation as here, same situation as over there. And it's the only thing that's ever gotten you into trouble in this game is doing that maneuver. But here you're doing it right? Fight is unfolding. Everybody's distracted. The whole thing's going on. You find this guy. You just go kill him with your bike, and you're completely fine. Very good. Just more of that. That's it. That's just it. That's it. Like play exactly how you're playing, but like flex that muscle. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Right. He's using his ult on them and stuff. So it's time to go look for some bike value. You got a pretty good bike there. The rest of your team wasn't there to follow up, but like you're playing with your tank. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, I've mentioned to people in here that some games bike is like 20 to 30% of my damage, and
Yeah.
people are like, "What the hell are you not shooting your gun?"
Yeah. Okay, so nice. We kind of have this pre-bite going, but like again, what value is this really? Like enemies. Remember I said enemies close, so we're probably not going to use our bike to get out of spine or out of spawn. Enemies too close here.
Yeah.
So what I would do here is you want to like consider the same thing we're talking about. Come out here, do your shooting, taking, wait for the fight, and then boom, bike around. Now, if it's super clear to you that they're not going to do anything for a long time and you can just poke with it, then you can just poke with it. But just consider that. I think right here you should have saved this bike because you're looking for your ult, right? So I'm saving that bike. When my team regroups and gets ready to go in, I'm going in with bike, dash, and my ult. As soon as that, like, I'm going to shoot them like normal. But then once my team starts the fight, bike, dash, ult, you're killing everyone. They have nothing to stop you. The only person who stops you from making this play is you. You can either take too long to do it. Better. Yes, good. Very good. Nice. Exactly. Very good. Oh no. Okay, well I have no idea what's going to happen. You might lose that, you might win that, I don't know. Kind of right there, you're a little bit early with the bike once again. I want to get more of those. Just think of it almost like you have like a checklist where you have to get like a certain amount of M1 value before you like unlock the bike cooldown. Almost like you have to like charge it up or something by shooting people. But that's your main problem is just from looking at that. Aim a little higher with the crosshair placement. Take it seriously because you're going to get a lot more advantages in your duels and maybe convert more kills and create less deaths because you're pressuring the enemy trying to kill you, right? Just on the initial meeting. But most important thing,
headshot, body shot, and then if they hide behind a corner, I think you can just bike them and they die.
No idea. Don't care. Doesn't matter. I don't care about the breakpoints. I just care about the fact that you're putting pressure on the enemy by landing headshots immediately. That's what's most important. And then the breakpoints, if they happen to matter, then that's good. But I don't care. And then when it comes to the bike usage, make sure, again, we're going to... We often want to start out not naked with the bike. Sometimes we have a dive character, but even then, we're normally waiting for them to do something. We don't start out naked with the bike. We're going to start out shooting them, getting our value, getting maybe a couple right clicks off. And then as the fight, when you assess that the fight is sort of developed enough that people are starting to get distracted, that's when you're going to go for your bike. That's when you're going to get your surprise murder everybody on their team.
Yeah.
Okay, GG's everyone. That solved my boredom for quite a long time. Oh, somebody else came in here and dropped one. Sorry, I've been going for way too long. I can't look at yours. A bike, if you're in here. I don't know if you're in here. Okay, he's not in here. It's somebody else. Perfect. Okay. Good night, everybody. Goodbye. Farewell.
Thanks. Bye.